It's time for UW Stevens Point men's hockey on the Pointers Sports Network. Follow the Pointers all season long as the defending national champions battle in the Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Pointers hockey on the Pointers Sports Network is brought to you by Stevens Point Brewery, Taco Bell, Stevens Point Orthopedics, Goose on Main, General Beer, distributors of Miller Lite, Marshfield Clinic, Skyward, Century Insurance, Century World, PJ's Restaurant, Team Sherrill Companies, Subway, Papa John's, Badger State Games, the National Guard, Grazzi's Italian Grill, Coca-Cola, BSN Sports, Under Armour, and TDS Fiber.
And good evening from KB Willett Arena in Stevens Point. Welcome to Pointers Hockey on the Pointers Sports Network. I'm Tom Weaver. Happy New Year. My good friend Sean McMahon with me as we are set to go in the new year here, Sean. And Pointers 26 days off here. I went back to look. I couldn't find a longer gap between those late December games to now. Right. Kind of the way when you play the Thanksgiving weekend, sometimes you come back that third and fourth, that first weekend of January. Pointers didn't. So 26 days off here for the Pointers, and they're going to need to bang some rust off. But more importantly, get off the second half to a good start. They're going to go on. If they have thoughts about a 7th straight NCAA appearance, they're going to have to go on a heck of a run, and it starts here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. The Pipers come in here from the MIAC. It's another MIAC crossover weekend for the WIAC as all the teams back in play. Some tournaments last weekend that some Western teams did very well in. We'll get to that as we roll on here. But it's good to be back, first of all, and back to the rink. A long break. It kind of feels like opening night a little bit. Yep. But you can't help but think about 26 days ago when the Pointers were had a home-and-home series with the number one team in the country against UW-Eau Claire. Really, their backs against the walls, and they did the job, and they swept them to have some real good momentum going into the second half.
They did two very different games as well. A game that was 2-2 after, and then a timely power play goal and another goal to get a 4-2 win on Friday night. And then I thought, clearly Eli Billing has been the man to go to this year goaltending. He's had some unlucky breaks here throughout. I thought he was spectacular. Got his first career shutout as the Pointers really controlled that Saturday game on the road.
And in a hostile environment, Tommy, in Eau Claire, Eli Billing showed everything that he was made of. The young sophomore goaltender, like you said, first shutout, really stymied Eau Claire at every turn. And I wonder how Matt Lone's holiday break was. There's a lot of questions in their camp all of a sudden.
I think the other thing you have to talk about is the Superior Yellow Jackets. The first half streaking. They're in first place in the WIAC here, moving in, and they've been on an awful hot streak. Lost in a shootout in a holiday tournament there. But it is going to be up for grabs. The big thing, if you're Stevens Point, when you get into the WIAC schedule, you have the opportunity to have things in your own control and control the tiebreakers as well. That lies ahead after this weekend.
Yeah, after this weekend, it's all WIAC play, Tommy. You play everybody except Eau Claire 2 more times. So lots of WIAC games ahead of it. Unlike the Yellow Jackets, where they elected to play the Northland Lumberjacks a couple weekends ago to open the second half. They have their holiday tournament. They've gotten some conference games out of the way already, so the Pointers have a chance to get right back in the discussion.
And a last thought before we get to it here, of course, a bye next weekend. Tonight, one would think, is your classic trap game.
Yes, it is.
Top 5 team in Augsburg coming here tomorrow. Hamline, a team that's had some tough luck so far. Focus will be very important for the Pointers here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. The Pipers missing their second and fourth leading scorer on their hockey team, not in the lineup tonight. So it'll be interesting to see what type of Piper team comes in tonight's game. They did play one game after the holiday break. They had a conference game against St. Olaf, which they dropped at home.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the Pointers, Tyler Krieger. Stevens Point comes in 7-6-1 overall. Hamline at 2-9-3. Pointers on a 2-game winning streak. The Pipers have lost 1 and are winless in 6 games. So we shall see. We'll come back and have more of our Pointer Hockey pregame show. Head coach of the Pointers, Tyler Krieger, coming up next on the Pointer Sports Network.
Snow Pilot is our winter seasonal. This beer has a tremendous body. The malt feels great. What I like is the nuttiness that it gets from the Maris Otter malt. Pistachio just comes through like you wouldn't believe. It's almost dessert-like. This is absolutely winter beer. And if you ever have a campfire in the middle of winter, this is what you want in your glass. It's just great.
Warm up this winter with a Snow Pilot from Point Brewery. TDS Fiber, the future of internet, TV, and phone service, is expanding to more communities. Register now at tdsfiber.com/radio. Enjoy internet speeds up to 1 gig at your home or business. That's 10 times faster than 100 meg from cable. Plus, change the way you watch TV with our whole home DVR. Can't get that with cable. Powerful internet, premium services. Go to tdsfiber.com/radio to register, learn about bonus offers, and more. TDS Fiber available in certain areas. See website for details.
Continue with our Pointer pregame show on the Pointer Sports Network. Tonight, Pointer's back at it in the new year, hosting Hamline University. We talk now with Pointer's head coach Tyler Krieger. Well, Coach, obviously you've had a nice break here to get back at it. I have to think a couple of big wins to get you into the holiday made the 26-day break here a little bit easier to tolerate. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great way to go into break. Guys go home feeling good about themselves and confident, and kind of just gives ourselves a boost that we played the way we know we can play finally, and like I said, just getting guys feeling good about themselves. And it was a nice break to get guys rested, but also just refreshed mentally to come back and make a run.
The way the calendar lays out here, it just seems later here. You're a week later. Sometimes, I think playing that Thanksgiving weekend, you kind of give up the first weekend in January a little bit. Gets you some time to ease into it here. Banging off some rust throughout the last 10 days or so has been the big job. Yeah,
that's good. We set it up that way to give ourselves a little bit more time to get back and practice, because historically coming back after break, teams are sloppy, and we're the same way. With the games that we played right after break, it's just been sloppy. You go home and you might only be off the ice for 10 days, but it's just come back. It's hard to get back into it mentally. So for us to get 10 days of practice and kind of get the lungs back the first couple days, and then get right back into it and bang the rust off, but just get back into game mode mentally. Just the biggest thing is just mentally to get back in the game mode and making the reads and to get into it. So we got into it in practice pretty good and got to work on a bunch of 5-on-5 stuff, and that'll be the key tonight, just to come out and keep things simple right from the get-go and just try to oversimplify the game and over-communicate and be into it mentally to get back on the hop.
That Saturday night game against Eau Claire, I thought really, getting Eli a shutout here. That's a kid that's had a couple of tough breaks here along the way. He played well. Man, he was the difference in that game, and that's a huge burst of confidence for him, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I told him that I wanted him to ride that wave. Just have that take a lot from that game as far as mentally, just confidence. I want him to have a little bit of swagger in his game and go out and want to beat the other goal every single night. Use it to his advantage, and that's the effort and mindset I want him to bring from here and out and build on.
Position you're in here, it's kind of a go for broke kind of second half of the season here, isn't it? I mean, you got to empty the tank here every night.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we can't control, but we're moving ourselves up in the pairwise, and there's some other teams, some shuffling around that some other teams, their wins and losses are helping us. So we got a lot of games against potential top 20 teams down the stretch here that it's kind of wide open. I like our chances. I still feel like we can control our own destiny, and we need to just take it one game at a time and kind of get on a roll. But every game from here now is a championship game for us, and I like the way that we're progressing and building to play our best hockey coming through this back stretch. And I think we're a team that was going to be dangerous and that nobody's really going to want to face down the stretch.
I think really too is a kind of that we talk about that search for consistency here and try to keep that even keel. A lot of ups and downs through the first half of the season here, and just kind of a steady grip on the wheel approach here going down will mean a lot of good things, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be the same consistent effort every single day, no matter if it's a Monday in practice or if it's a Friday night, no matter who we're playing. It's when the puck drops, we have to find our identity and play to our identity, which is simple hockey. Get the puck deep and let her forwards and D go to work. And when we do that, we're effective. When we force the game a little bit, we're not effective, and we kind of lose our edge a little bit and try to do too much. So it's just plain simple and just finding our identity and kind of growing into it and taking a step each every night.
Big opportunity here for your special teams play. I thought, a couple of big power play goals against Eau Claire to get it going. Getting that group, especially with the man advantage, to be that difference maker will go a long way to success.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a key down the stretch. I think it's something that we're going to have to focus on more and more. I just feel like we're going to be in the situation we're in. We're going to be in a couple tight games here and there, and special teams either way can make or break a game, especially down the stretch. So I think it's going to be a major factor in the second half. So it's we worked on it extensively over the last 10 days. I expect our power play to take that next step, especially that first unit, and our penalty kill needs to be a little bit better too. So it's something that can change the game. We need to be focused on it tonight and moving forward.
Jump at it from the get-go here. No time to bang the rust off, right? I mean, it's get her going right away, right?
Yeah, we banged the rust off in practice. Now it's a matter of just keeping the game simple right away and letting it come to us, not trying to force it. That's what happens after break, usually just mentally getting into the game.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck here tonight.
Thanks.
Pointers head coach Tyler Krieger. Stay tuned. More coming up on the Pointers Sports Network.
Attention winter sports enthusiasts! The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are now open for registration. Go to badgerstategames.org for information about our 24 winter events to compete in. Classic events like alpine, Nordic, curling, and figure skating. Anyone can compete. Hockey, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, and ski jumping. Participate in non-traditional events like fat tire bike racing, cornhole, and pickleball. Or how about e-games, CrossFit, or martial arts? Go to badgerstategames.org. The Badger State Games are for all ages with any type of athletic ability. Compete for gold, silver, and bronze medals in the sport you love and create traditions and memories to last a lifetime. Go to badgerstategames.org to register and like us on Facebook. The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are brought to you by these proud sponsors: Marshfield Clinic, Habish and Rotier, UW Stevens Point, Wausau, Central Wisconsin Sports Authority, and Sunrise Broadcasting.
Pointers would like to thank U.S. Bank, the official banking partner of UW Stevens Point. Visit their location inside the Dreyfus University Center for all your banking needs, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with a 24/7 ATM available. UWSP students, you can link your student ID with a U.S. Bank checking account to use at any ATM and to make PIN debit purchases. U.S. Bank, the official banking partner of UW Stevens Point.
Your family's safety is important, and with winter driving coming, Sherrill Tire and Service can help. Sherrill Tire and Service Centers can help with new tires and a pre-season tune-up, so your entire vehicle is winter ready. Sherrill Tire and Service, Plover, Stevens Point, Weston, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, and Medford, and online at SherrillTire.com.
Sherrill Tire and Service, get your car done right.
Taco Bell is a proud supporter of Pointers Athletics. Open early with breakfast hours, and if you find yourself out and about late at night, you can still order at their drive-thru. Find your nearby Taco Bell on Division Street and Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Plover Road in Plover. Want to skip the line inside? Order online from your favorite menu items like classic burritos and tacos to new favorites like the Crunchwrap Supreme, Fiesta Taco Salad, and Chalupa Supreme. If you're looking for a delicious choice for Mexican-inspired food, live Mas with Taco Bell.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena, set to go here. Let's quick touch base on our starting lineups here tonight. First of all, for the Hamline University Pipers, the goaltender is Sam Nelson. He's 5'8" and a senior out of Eau Claire. Comes in, let's see, 10 games played, 2-4-3 overall, 2.83 goals against average. Not bad there, Sean, and a 91.9 save percentage. The defensemen are Ryan Murray, a freshman out of Prior Lake, Minnesota, and Eric Dahl. Dahl is a 6'5" freshman out of Prior Lake, Minnesota. Up front, it is Bailey Martin, 6 feet and a sophomore out of La Crosse. The left wing is Brendan Sheehan, 6'2" and a sophomore out of Somerset, Wisconsin. The right winger is their leading scorer, Jackson Bond, 5'7", and a freshman out of Roseville, Minnesota. Corey Leyland in his 6th season for the Pipers. For the Pointers, Eli Billing gets the start, 5'11", 180, and a sophomore out of Windsor, Ontario. The defensemen, Stephen Qualiata, the junior out of Bartlett, Illinois, and Tristan Conrad, the junior out of Lockport, Illinois. Austin Kelly is the centerman out of Toledo, Ohio, for the senior captain. The right wing, Wilson Northey, the sophomore out of North Vancouver, British Columbia. The left wing, Jordan Fader, a 6'1" sophomore out of Rice Lake. Pointers coached by Tyler Krieger. Ethan Strong. Our opening face-off is brought to you by Miller Lite. And off the draw, into the zone, and Eli Billing will scoop it up very quickly here. All-time series between these two teams. Stevens Point leads 14-3-1. They won last year a game, a 5-2 win at the Trio Rink. 5 different goal scorers for the Pointers in a steady-as-she-goes win in November. Last Hamline win came here November 2017 right here at Stevens Point. Hamline, 2 power play goals to get a 2-1 win. All right, off the draw, dump back down in. Tristan Conrad will sling it around. Jordan Fader up after it. Boy, that dangerously went through. We'll set the Pointer lineup for you here in a couple of minutes as soon as we get a chance here. As Wilson Northey brings it back up, we get a whistle and a quick offsides here. Sean, not many surprises here. Zach out there with Luke McElhaney and Kelly O'Brien. Carter Ruhr with Brennan Miller and Colin Raver. Kelly, Northey, and Fader get the start. Then it's Brandon McReynolds with Logan Fredericks and Jake Tice. Ryan McKellar dresses as the 13th forward. Drew McLean with Danny Corrali. Stephen Qualiata with Tristan Conrad. Wes Ashley with Kellen Theraldson. Ryan Wagner, Connor Duffy, the backups in the pipes. All right, back after it and dumped down into the near corner. 19:20 to go here in the first period. Pointers try to center it. Luke McElhaney in the far corner with it now for Stevens Point. He'll get it to Kelly O'Brien. O'Brien looks to kick it out in front. Does. Comes right to the back door. Zek there, but wasn't ready for it. Boy, should have been 1-0 right there in the opening minute. Hamline comes back the other way. Brandon Bissett with it will dump it in. Sends it up to the far wall. McElhaney. Boy, what a first half of the season he had, huh, Sean? And now back the other way. Kelly O'Brien 2-on-1 with Zach. Here's Kelly O'Brien coming. Lost the handle on the puck and Hamline off the glass and out. Oh boy, a couple of grade A chances almost here for Stevens Point that are just to tick off. Corrali with it. Corrali knocked down and got it ahead to Drew McLean. Ahead it goes. Tice through the left wing brings it through. Brandon McReynolds comes in 1-on-1. McReynolds in the zone, fires a shot, kicked out by Nelson, and it goes to the far corner. Now another centering pass in front for the Pointers. Brady Crabtree will get to it for Hamline. Off the far side, Kellen Theraldson knocks him off. Kellen Theraldson's going to play some important minutes for Stevens Point in the second half here. Up the wall in the near side, Fredericks came around. He got off the Schneid and scored a big goal in that Eau Claire series. And Theraldson with it now, bouncing puck, keeps it in front of him. And getting it for Hamline and ripping it in there. Brady Crabtree. Eli Billing gloves it down. Theraldson chips it around to Tice on the far side. Tice up, big hit put down there and sent in the zone. Rigel Falanen, Brandon Schrader, the referees. Jordan Watson, Justin Easterly are the linesmen here for the first games in 2020. Up ahead it goes and hits off the roof. We finally say hello to my friend Sean McMahon.
Hi, how you doing?
Sorry, we had a lot to get to there.
Yeah, we did. Absolutely. Both teams really kind of feeling each other out. The Pointers with the best opportunities had a 2-on-1. Had Zach on the back door on the first shift of the game for the Pointers that just missed him. Otherwise, it's 1-0 Stevens Point here early on, knocking off the rust. I know practice. They've been practicing for 10 days, but it's not like hitting an opponent. Still knocking a little bit of rust off, trying to get their legs back here for the Pointers early on.
Now Tristan Conrad will sling it around, and it's Colin Raver up ahead. Raver sent back down in. He'll send it in. And around it goes. Conrad up with it, flips it to Qualiata on the near side. He'll try to muscle out, turned it over, but a good job here by Brennan Miller. Alertly cleared out the backhander. Whistled into the zone, it goes, and up and around Qualiata after it for Stevens Point. He'll try to center it, nothing there. Held in at the half wall on the near side around. Conrad on the far side will wait for it, sends it back to the middle. Colin Raver in full stride at center ice. Raver coming in. Raver tried to lift it through a defender, but couldn't. Cut off there by Jaron Hirschfeld, and Hamline clears it around up on the near side. Qualiata up ahead. Dumped in on the far side and chipped in. Dumped back around again. On the near side, and it is to center ice. McKellar after it for Stevens Point. Nothing there. And Stevens Point will get it. Austin Kelly now ahead to McKellar on the right wing. McKellar up around a defenseman, gobbles it up on the far side, shoves it ahead to Kelly in the far corner. Austin Kelly looks to center it, right back in front for McKellar. Broke it up nicely there by Andrew Irwin for the Pipers. Up the wall on the far side. Now it's rimmed around on the near side. 16.5 to go in the first period. We're scoreless from KB Willett Arena. Back here tomorrow night, Augsburg in town. Big one tomorrow. Boy.
Yeah. Fifth-ranked Augies.
We've had a pretty chaotic first half of the season. Thought things might bounce out, equalize a little bit, but then we'll get to this in a minute. Is Drew McLean carries it in, shoves it to Zach on the near side, fires a shot. That's deflected. Goes just wide. McElhaney to the rebound on the far side. Comes right back to him. McElhaney head fake shot. Save made by Nelson, and he'll gobble it up. One game already in the books this afternoon, Sean. St. Norbert built a 2-0 lead over Aurora, found themselves down 3-2 after 2. They settle for a 3-all tie in suburban Chicago.
Goodness. Goodness. Are they about as 500 as you can get, Tommy?
Exactly. 16:03 to go here in the first. We are still scoreless. Zach to take the face off. Now comes Theraldson. Almost tripped over his own feet, kept it in, got it to Ashley, sends it toward the net. Now Zach in the far corner. Zek now behind the net for Kelly O'Brien. He'll shove it out, and it's Wes Ashley coming in toward the net. He'll go all the way around the back. Looks to come in front to go to a backhand. Instead, veers off, centers it in front, comes out high to O'Brien, trying to get a shot free. He does. Nelson with a shot, save made. Kellen Theraldson with it. He'll feed it on the far wall. Wes Ashley with a shot, save made by Nelson off the chest. Rebound goes to the far corner. McElhaney will dig it out for Stevens Point. Tried to kick it back to Theraldson. Might be a 3-on-2 here. McElhaney hustling on the back check here. Actually, Hamlin's out of gas, so they're going to change here, and they'll zip it around to Theraldson in the near corner. Theraldson ahead. Zek through the neutral zone. Zek up the wall in the far side, and had it knocked away from him. And it's Brady Crabtree with it now for the Pipers. Pipers dump it in. Qualiata back to get it for Stevens Point. Steven Qualiata with it now. And 14:55 to go here. It's sent back to the middle to Jake Tice. And dumped down in. 14:45 to go in the first. Hamlin still trying to control it here. And chugged around for the moment. And they'll just go back through the neutral zone. Not going on between either team here. And sent back in. And Hamlin will finally try to calm it down on the far side. Nothing there. Now a shot. Ooh, Eli Billing got a piece of it. They go to the far corner, pile up there. Riley Meyer after it. Pipers center it out, but it comes all the way outside the zone. This is Hamlin sending it all the way back. 14:10 to go. And a long outlet pass ahead. Should be a whistle and an icing call. It is. 14:06 to go here in the first period.
Got some other fun news and notes, Tommy, from the holiday break. How about St. Mary's, Tom? Under 500,
absolutely.
goes out to Oswego, New York to play in the Pathfinder tournament. Not only upsets Oswego in the semifinals, takes down Williams in the finals.
Yep. Two ranked teams. Yep.
Two ranked teams. They are now 5-5. And with all the momentum in the world, that young team trying to find themselves. Oh, close in.
Yep.
And a goal.
Shot and a goal off the far side coming around. I think it's Carter Rue that dug it out from back behind the net. And just something came out of nothing, Sean. Never gave up on it. For Carter Rue, it's his second of the year. 1-0 Stevens Point.
Well, it all starts by a good face-off win by the Pointers. They'll win the puck, get it below the goal line, and go to work behind the net. Good centering pass, Tommy. That coming from Brendan Miller and Colin Raver finds Rue on the back door for the goal. And it's 1-0, Stevens.
Yeah, 14:01 to go here, and that was just something out of absolutely nothing. All right, Pointers dumping in. McLean now bounces it around and up the wall on the far side. Danny Corrali back to get it now for Stevens Point. Dumped around. I think we're going to get a whistle and an icing call coming up here as Hamlin trying to stretch the zone. No chance there, Sean. And boy, Carter Rue is one of those guys you want to hope gets it going here in the second half as well.
Yeah, he'll be key, Tommy, moving forward here through the second half of the season. Guys like Rue, Colin Raver, Jordan Fader, Fredericks, all will be big contributors here in the second half if the Pointers have any hope.
Leader's got to lead. That's how it goes, right? Yep. Wilson Northey with it now. And Northey in a battle in the far corner. 13.5 to go in the first. Comes rolling out. And Hamlin overskates the puck. Theraldson thought about coming after it, but wisely waits. Otherwise, it might have been a 2-on-1. They try to get back toward the net. Brandon Sheehan, the big hit fired. Eli Billing with a big save. And Pointers clear it out. Back the other way comes Jordan Fader. Fader back the other way. 3-on-2 developing here. Fader sends it. Defender gets a stick on it. Gloves it past Wilson Northey. Should have been a hand pass, I think, right? Yeah.
Oh, they called it.
Yeah. Looks like the close official up here, Sean, was going to wave it off, but his mate did, so we'll get a face-off back in the Stevens Point end.
They're going to say no change as well, Tom. Official scoring on the Pointers' first goal tonight. Carter Rue, his second of the year. Assists go to Brendan Miller at 5:59 of the first period to give the Pointers that 1-0 lead and knock some of that rust off. Important when you're playing a team like the Pipers that have been struggling all season long. You got to get on top of them right away. Don't give them any hope.
All right, shot fired by McElhaney. Rebound left out there. Zek after it. Backhanded shot. Nelson battling here to keep this going. And now McElhaney swipes it to the far side to Qualiata. His long shot coming in. Bounces off of O'Brien to Tristan Conrad. Back to O'Brien out high to Qualiata. Qualiata moves it. Shot. Ooh, good shot block here by the Pipers, it's Brendan Sheehan sliding down to block it up into the netting. We get a whistle. 12:51 to go in the first.
Yeah, nice block as he came sliding down on one knee, Sheehan, for the Pipers, and knocked that puck up into the netting. Stephen Qualiata, another pointer that's had a really good first half, 4th on the team in scoring. Tommy comes in tonight with 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points.
All right, behind the net, O'Brien with it, glove down right in front, backhanded shot by McElhaney. Nelson fought that one off. Boy, a defender right in front of the net there, Jaron Hirschfeld, able to clear it out. Zek will get it in the neutral zone. He'll feed it all the way back to Tristan Conrad. Conrad pushes it ahead. McElhaney chips it in. Pointers will give chase here. O'Brien behind the net after it, along with McElhaney. They poke it free and get possession of the puck. McElhaney to O'Brien. O'Brien looks to center it out in front instead. Off the far wall, hit a defender's stick. Qualiata, great job out of midair to glove it down and send it back up high for Zek in the far corner. Zek up the wall. Zach Lambrecht will get it for Hamline, and Zek throws him off the play. Jake Tice intercepts. He had to kind of put the brakes on to prevent an offsides here, so he'll send it deep. Logan Fredericks off the bench reaching for it. Hamline will lift it up to the far side. Corrali after it on the far side. He will get in front of it, flip it back on the near side, out of the reach of Drew McLean. Now up ahead, here's Brandon McReynolds joins the play. Tried to center it, knocked off there, comes back behind the net. Now McReynolds around the backside of the far corner. He'll bring it out high to Corrali. Corrali surveys it up. He'll lift it now back behind the net for Tice. Tice, far corner, looks to center. Tice feeds it off, and it's Logan Fredericks back with it. He'll send it deep again. Might have hit off the backside of one of the Pipers. It did. Far corner it goes. McReynolds, around. Fredericks will play it in the near corner. He's jammed at by one of the Pipers, and Hamline able to get it free. Zach Taylor with it. Off the glass on the far side, Tice to it, feeds it ahead. Corrali brings it in with McReynolds. Corrali near side, just out of the reach of Logan Fredericks. He'll fire a bad angle shot that Nelson, fights in to pin it against the blocker. We get a whistle. 11:14 to go here. Sean, tonight's game sponsor, Bone and Joint. For 50 years, Bone and Joint's been treating athletes of all ages across Wisconsin. You don't have to be an MVP to receive all-star care. Call today to schedule an appointment at one of their clinics in Medford, Merrill, Plover, or Wausau.
Other games we're keeping an eye on, Tommy, tonight as everybody in the WIC back to action. UW Stout travels to Bethel. Concordia is at Northland. St. John's is at Superior in a good one. Tommy, and Augsburg, the 5th-ranked team in the country, they're at River Falls. Eau Claire gets back into the action tomorrow night as they will host Lawrence. Eau Claire, the number 3 team in the country.
I'll tell you what, Lawrence, Sean, is a team that is 1 point out of first place in the North.
They are.
The break. They went up, swept St. Scholastica. We'll get to the NCHA in a minute. It's topsy-turvy.
It is bonkers.
It is. 11:05 to go here in the first. Stevens Point a 1-0 lead on Carter Rue's second goal of the year. Now puck loose in the neutral zone. Trying to work it in is Rue. He's out there with Raver. Nothing there. And it is Wes Ashley that will try to stick it ahead. And Hamline back to get it. Up ahead. Pass ahead for Jackson Bond. Out of his reach. Bond on the forecheck. Nice job to work it free, but Carter Rue in there to help out. He'll send it to Colin Raver, back the other way with Miller. Carter Rue to his left, feeds it to him. Rue back to the middle. Lost it, had it, lost it again, and cleared up the far side. Hamline, long shot in. Eli Billing will trap it. Fair to say, Stevens Point with a sizable size advantage here tonight.
Yes, very small forward group for this MIAC school, Tommy, and the Pipers of Hamline. You're pretty used to that. They normally have small, speedy forwards up front, some bigger D on the back. They want to try to play as fast as humanly possible. They want to make this thing a track meet. When the Pipers have been good against the Pointers is when the Pointers have made mistakes against that fast pace and haven't stuck to their game plan. We always joke about going back to Oscar Johnson Arena and Max Molasik's first ever game. We all got sick, but also learned that we can't turn the puck over.
Yep, absolutely. All right, coming around, Tristan Conrad. And Pointer defender here on the near side falls down, and Eli Billing had to make a save and then gather it back up.
And exactly what I was talking about.
Had a nice little Twitter exchange with Max today. And,
you did? Okay.
Some of his Southern League mates were cheering him on about Pekka Rinne scoring against the Blackhawks for Nashville last night. And so I quickly chimed in and said Pekka's finally caught up to Max in career goals.
Yes.
So different circumstances. Of course, Rinne shoots it into the net. Max just makes a save, and what was it? River Falls shot it into their own net.
Right, exactly.
So, all right, McKellar pokes it off the draw into the Hamline bench, and we'll get a whistle. Sean, some action last weekend. Superior beat Northland 5-2. River Falls over Northland 4-0, and Northland over Finlandia 3-1. So action there. And everybody getting back in it. And after this weekend, my friend, there's a couple scattered non-conference for other folks, but it's WIAC to the finish. All right, dumped in. Eli Billing will play it to the far corner for Corrali. Up the wall on the far side. Zek gets it out ahead. Kelly O'Brien in. O'Brien coming, firing a shot. That went just wide to the near side. McLean to the rebound. He'll fire a shot. Redeflected, or I should say redirected by a Hamline player onto their own net. Now they'll come right in front. Shot. Oh, just missing was McElhaney in front of the net. Nelson will dive out and cover it up, and we'll get a whistle. 9:35 to go here in the first. Chances galore here for Stevens Point.
Yeah, McElhaney should have had his 11th goal of the season there, Tommy. As we take a look at the shots on goal here. Through the 13-3 here through the first half of this period in favor of the Pointers. Just all Stevens Point. They've done a good job knocking off the rust in the first couple minutes, first couple of shifts, but now it's all Stevens Point holding the puck in offensively and really playing, making the Pipers come 200 feet for offense.
McLean with a big hit. Ryan Murray in to get it for Hamline. He'll try to center it and clear it out, but it's Kelly O'Brien getting to it again. McElhaney setting up again. Hamline will get it out. Midair, McLean picks it down. Drew McLean back, comes, feeds it. Corrali far side, chips it ahead, but bad turnover here, but too hot to handle for Hamline, and they'll bring it back into their own end. Hamline zips it ahead. They'll control it on the far side. This is Taylor Trapp. He'll look to send it toward the net, but Drew McLean broke that one up and got it around to Logan Fredericks. Got through a stick check and fed it up the wall in the near side. Hamline in their offensive end trying to get a centering pass here. Comes right out in front, but right to Zach Zek, who clears it off. He'll circle back to the far side. And now Corrali in the far corner. Now they finally get it to Logan Fredericks. Fredericks ahead. He'll fire it in. Bouncing puck comes. Jake Tice after it. Looks to center it. Off of Fredericks. 8:25 to go in the first. Stevens Point with a 1-0 lead. Jake Tice near side with a big hit. That freed it up. Hamline wanted a penalty call here. Player's still down, but looks like a clean hit from here. Ooh, off the back of the referee. That had to sting. Fredericks with a big hit to free it up. Stevens Point puts the pressure on. Now it's loose back behind the net. Andrew Irwin after it. He'll send it ahead. Oh, lead pass. Stevens Point got a stick on it. Austin Wisely was trying to come. Eli Billing comes to play it out of the net. Hamline intercepts. They're going to come right toward the net. Bond firing a shot. Pad save. Big rebound. Shot toward the net. Billing with a save. Rebound in front and a rebound attempt. Eli Billing with another save. He'll hang on.
Two big saves by Eli in tight, Tommy, on Bond. The Pipers' leading scorer, Jackson Bond, comes into the night's game with 8 goals, 9 assists. He's a freshman as well, Tommy, a youngster here for the Pipers. They got a couple good shots in close on Eli Billing. Nice job by him to keep it going and make a couple real good saves in tight.
I'm trying to think, what was it, 2015 that the Pointers played Hamline in the NCAA tournament?
Yes.
Right?
Yep. I was thinking back to that today. I was running the numbers. That Hamline,
I remember Hamline missing a wide open rebound in a 1-goal game late that would have tied it up.
Yep.
Or given him the lead, either one. All right, now a shot fired wide of the net by the Pipers far side. Waiting for it, and Hamline now, nifty move to get open. They got bodies in front of the net. Shot Billing with a couple of saves. Oh, good way to fight through traffic here by Eli Billing. He'll get down and cover it up.
Yeah, nice job by Eli to stay aggressive, get out, move that traffic out of his way to cover the puck up and get the stoppage in play. We'll get another defensive zone face-off here for the Pointers.
All right, face-off to the right side now of Eli Billing. About what you expect with a team with 26 days off here, Sean, so far, right?
You bet.
You know, kind of. Now here's a nice play by Stevens Point to get it out. Jordan Fader using his body and then gets rocked on the near side, but got it ahead to Wilson Northey. Northey coming in, shot, it's blocked. Where's the puck?
Up in the breezers, I believe.
It's in the breezers or jersey of one of the Pipers, Austin Kelly reaching for it. We'll get a whistle with 7:15 to go here in the first period. Sean, Pointer women's hockey team Wednesday night put 9 on the board to beat Marion 9-1. They are now 7-4-2 on the season, and they are up at St. Scholastica tonight.
Okay. For a pair this weekend?
I believe so. 7:15 to go here in the first. Northey around, Qualiata up and reaching for it. And it is Ryan McKellar charging in there. As the Heffel on the far side, and Wilson Northey in there as well. They'll scrum for it. And It is loose in the near corner. Jordan Fader with it now. Fader coming, tipped loose. Northey worked it free again. Austin Kelly in front, but just out of the reach. Kelly now behind the net to Fader. Fader looks to center, nothing there. He'll bring it off, now send it deep again. And it'll get through to Wilson Northey behind the net. 6:35 to go in the first. Tristan Conrad in there. Kelly O'Brien off the bench. He will rip it and go just wide of the far post. Comes all the way around. Qualiata back to Conrad on the near side. Feeds it. Comes in. Shot jammed at by Northey, but had his stick tied up there by Brandon Bissett. Hamline able to clear it out. Qualiata has it pinballing through his skates. While Kelly O'Brien just seems to be skating freely here. Long outlet pass ahead. Nelson back to play it. Around on the far side. Nelson a little slow to get back in front of the net. Behind the net, it's Ryan Murray taken down. They'll rim it around. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in the first period. Stevens Point. Zek back to Corrali. Danny Corrali looks to accelerate back the other way. Instead comes to Drew McLean. He's going to split two defenders, come right up the middle. He will carry it in far side. Goes to a backhand shot. Nelson is saved. Bouncing puck. Kelly O'Brien couldn't get a backhander off. O'Brien will get to the rebound. Now McElhaney with it in the far corner. He's penned up there by Brady Crabtree. And McElhaney out high to McLean again at the point. Feeds it backdoor to Zek. Too hot for him to handle. Now he'll gather it. Send it in close to McElhaney. McElhaney back to Zek on the near side. He'll send it deep for O'Brien. Kelly O'Brien's been out there a long time. Up the wall on the near side, and McLean holds it in, sends it back to the net. Bouncing puck in wide of Nelson, and he'll turn that one aside. Kyle Wendorf now will bring it out for Hamline. Off the glass on the far side, it's gloved down. Taylor Trapp sends it ahead on the near side. Wendorf looking to the middle, feeds it in. Easy save for Eli Billing. And it's Danny Corrali now shoving it around here to the near side. McLean hammered down, but got it free to Corrali. Corrali never saw it. Hamline turnover here, looks to center, nothing there. Wendorf after it in the far corner. McLean will tie him up and try to free it up. And McLean with a big hit there that goes unnoticed. Pipers center it, but it's Brandon McReynolds that clears it out here for Stevens Point. Up and around on the near side, and out it comes. Here comes Jake Tice. Tice 2-on-2 with Fredericks. Tice pulls it, fires a shot, save made. Rebound is loose out there, and it's McReynolds back after it. McReynolds couldn't get a shot off, and it goes back behind the net. Tice. 4.5 to go in the first. Stevens Point with a 1-0 lead, looking for more. McReynolds to Fredericks, shot. Nelson with the save. Rebound backhanded through. Tice lost his stick coming through. It's in the net. He will come toward the bench. And it is now Ashley toward the front of the net. Shot lifted high, bouncing puck to the side of the net. I think Nelson finally covers this one up. Another long sequence of play here, Sean. 4:12 to go in the first.
Yeah, all Stevens Point now 16-7 shots on goal. Early scoring in Superior, Tommy. It's the Yellow Jackets have tallied 3 times in the first period, and they lead St. John's 3-1. All the other games still scoreless besides the Pointers here in the WIAC.
Man,
how about that weekend in Adrian last weekend, Tommy? We'll get to it. Yeah. Utica and Adrian played their payback, I guess their round 2 of their series.
It is Colin Raver with a rising shot over the top of the net, behind the net. Stevens Point looks to center it. Carter Rue will get it. Rue put the brakes on it in the far face-off circle, and Brennan Miller in to help out. Miller shoved off the play between 2 defenders. Got it to Colin Raver, and Nelson, boy, dangling with the stick out there, reaching for it. And the Pointers tip it away from him. Almost lost his goal stick to boot. Now it's Wes Ashley. Ashley took a licking there, but got it to Carter Rue behind the net. Rue coming around and looks to center, but Hamline gaining possession of it. Lead pass ahead. Hamline will get it at the red line on the far side. Wes Ashley with a nice hit there to separate the puck. Miller after it. Brennan Miller up ahead. He will send it in deep. 3:25 to go here in the first period. Around it goes, and Hamline plays it at the blue line on the far side. Off the far wall, this should be an icing call against Hamline. And it is. 3:17 to go in the first. 1-0 Stevens Point.
You talk about the topsy-turvy NCHA. Utica, Adrian lock up at a series. Adrian blew a couple 2-goal leads on Friday night.
What is a 7-6 overtime win for Utica on Friday, and a 3-2, 4-3 on Saturday.
4-3 overtime win again.
They scored like 4 goals in the final 90 seconds of that game Friday night.
Something crazy. It was nuts
to do that. All right, McKellar around. Stevens Point, it's Jordan Fader pushing it for Conrad. They flip it over the top of him. This will be another icing call. Hamline's MO here is to live for another day.
Yes, it is. Right at this point,
so far,
they look out of gas here early on in the period as they're trying to just survive this
Yep. I'll tell you the other surprising thing out of the NCHA, Sean, is MSOE. We saw them in the exhibition game. They made some big noise early. They're in last place in the South Division of the NCHA.
Lake Forest. What about Lake Forest? They're also ranked, Tommy.
Ranked 11th.
Ranked 11th, and they're currently 4th in the pairwise.
Yep. We'll see. Pointers thought this should have been an icing call, but they'll let it go, and up ahead it goes. Little lazy clearing pass ahead. Hamline will get to it. Jordan Fader after it now. McKellar waits for it. Conrad back to battle for it for Stevens Point. Shoved off the play. He'll wait for it here on the near side. Behind the net, Austin Kelly after it. Qualiata now with it. McKellar reaching for it. Nothing there. And Hamline spins it back around. Blue line and a shot through traffic. Billing. Oh boy, a big screen. You talk about some size here, Sean. Sam Dabrowski in front of the net. Got in the way of Eli Billing. He's able to make the catch.
Man, I don't know where Eli saved that puck, Tommy. I don't know if he was able to glove it down. He looked under him and behind him after he made that save. Great little screen. Made it tough on Eli, but nice job staying aggressive there for the Pointers.
Dabrowski 6'4". All right, here comes Kelly O'Brien. He zips a pass ahead for Zach. And Zach a little slow off the draw. So a whistle and an icing call here against the Pointers. 2:22 to go here in the first period.
Face-off will come back down into the Pointers' end for a defensive zone face-off. Again, shots on goal. Controlling by the Pointers. So far, 16-8 in favor of Stevens Point.
All right, so it is Danny Corrali for Stevens Point. Steps right back into a defender. McLean has to flip it behind his own net to McElhaney. Zach on the far side. He tries to kick it back out in front. And finally, McElhaney calms it down ahead. McElhaney coming. He'll accelerate. Go to the far side. O'Brien to the front of the net. Feeds him beautifully. O'Brien shot. What a save by Nelson. Got just a piece of it with part of the stick. Far side, Hamline with it and cleared out. Great setup there by McElhaney. And tipped through the neutral zone. No icing call. Pointers back the other way. Corrali with it for Stevens Point. Danny Corrali into the neutral zone. He'll get it, lift it deep in. Stevens Point will change all 5 here. And they will sling a pass ahead that's right into the midsection of Riley Meyer. He got turned around. Wes Ashley after it. Jake Tice for Stevens Point battling along the far wall. Tice lost that battle, and Hamline will send it back in. Eli Billing after it. Conrad accelerating. He'll get it free. McReynolds with it now. McReynolds pulls it back, flips it off the wall on the far side. Fredericks reaching for it. Just out of his reach. Hamline will send it back in. Conrad steers it around the wall to Wes Ashley in the far corner. Back to Tristan Conrad. And around it goes. Up the near side. Tice waiting for it. He'll get it. Jake Tice ahead. Has McReynolds, but finding a defender poked it away from behind ahead, and Tice tied up in front of the Hamline bench. A minute remaining here in the first period. Qualiata far side. He will dump it deep. Sam Nelson. He's not afraid to play the puck, huh?
No, he is not.
Wow. McReynolds. Tice lurking after it. And Hamline will get possession of it, and they lift it up into the roof. We get a whistle. 44 seconds remaining.
Yep.
Kind of a quirky schedule coming up here the next couple of weeks. Off next weekend, and then we're back Wednesday the 22nd with a big game at Eau Claire. And then River Falls comes to Willett Arena for 2 the following weekend. Then, a Thursday game? Thursday, Saturday.
Yep.
A home-and-home with Superior. In Superior Thursday night, here Saturday. A pair at Menominee. Or pray for warm weather.
We won't get it.
And then close out against Northland. 34 seconds remaining. Colin Raver turning, firing a shot. Nelson with a save. Raver had his stick lifted. Still trying to get to it. Brennan Miller after it. It'll come to Qualiata. He'll fake a shot instead. He'll go deep to Carter Rue in the far corner. 20 seconds to go in the period. Rue leaves it down low to Raver. Raver again with it out high. Qualiata with a blast. That's blocked. Bounces in. Shot. Oh, what a save by Nelson as Carter Rue just wheeling around as it came wide. Just kind of backhanded it to get it on net, and Nelson somehow fought it off.
Yeah.
He has made some big saves here in this first period.
Yeah, 2 or 3 just recently, Tommy. One on a 2-on-1 with Luke McElhaney and Kelly O'Brien, where he's made the save with the stick, the top of the stick handle, going up, and then this most recent one where kind of just a spinning shot off of bouncing puck. A backhand by Carter Rue. Good save by Nelson, and we remain 1-0 here at Willett Arena.
All right, off the face-off into the near corner. It
Here's
goes
a penalty
call
coming up.
Here. Coming in front, Northview with a shot. Nelson with a save. Rebound loose, and Stevens Point's going to begin the second period on the Goose on Main power play. And what do we have here, Sean?
How long is the question, Tommy?
Yeah, they will sort it out here between periods. But Stevens Point will begin the second period with a penalty call. I think it's only going to be a 2 here, right? Yep. So you'll get a fresh sheet of ice and get things going.
Yep, you'll have a chance on the power play. Got to keep that momentum rolling. One of the bigger keys of that weekend series against Eau Claire was the power play. The Pointers were able to tally in both hockey games. Got to keep that going here in the second half of this season.
That they did. Pointers, I think, got going a little bit, right?
It's still a little clunky, and I think you give a little credit to Hamline to clog up the neutral zone a little bit, but the Pointers just still trying to find their sea legs a little bit.
That they are. So we are joined here in the first time in the new year by Pointers assistant coach Ethan Strong. Coach, can we say Happy New Year? Do they celebrate New Year's in Canada?
Do they? Is that something you do?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I tell you what, at the beginning here, you look kind of like a team that's been off for 26 days here. Had to make some rust off, but I thought at times you got doing what you like to do, right?
Yeah, we did, definitely. I think the biggest downfall right now for us is we're not getting that puck out of our zone quick enough. We're taking the puck back into our zone a little bit too much, and I think that's causing us to have a little bit more defensive zone time than we want.
And I think you hit on it. When you turn the puck over, Eli's been there to make the save. He's made a couple good saves in tight, really feeding off that his first shutout win in Eau Claire. There's a little different bit of a swagger with him, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, definitely, and that's what we need down the stretch here is a goalie. If we do have that turnover, that shouldn't happen, but if it does, and Eli's there to stop it for us, that gives us a bit of confidence up front too.
You're going to open the second period here on a power play here, late penalty there. So, an opportunity. That's a group really that can get better and make a difference for you, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to need them down the stretch too. We got to build momentum off the power play and the PK. So hopefully the PP will go out there and pot a goal for us this period.
Hamlin's one of these teams, not a lot of size, but they've got some speed, don't they?
They do, yeah. And then that's how their game plan is. They want to get the puck in deep and they want to forecheck hard. They're a quick team. They want to get the puck behind RD and try to get going on us. So we just have to know that and get back on pucks as quick as we can as well.
Big opportunity here to begin the second period. Really get the momentum train going here.
Yeah, that's what we need. Yep, get the momentum going and just keep it rolling through the period and then into the third as well.
All right, Coach, thanks.
Yep, thank you.
Glad to see you in the new year.
Yeah, Shawnee Mack, I'm sorry about what happened with the
I was waiting for that.
We should say a fair amount of barbing between the group here regarding the World Junior Championship. So congratulations to your Canadians.
You're all hailing the Canadian hockey.
I should have brought my jersey for you and you could have wore it.
Reveling in another Russian collapse. That's right. You are.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Pointers assistant coach Ethan Strong. 1-0 year after 20 minutes. We'll take a break, come back at you a recap of the first 20 minutes. Stevens Point leads Hamline by a score here of 1-0. Back with more of our Pointer hockey coverage coming up here on the Pointer Sports Network.
After the game or anytime, head into Goose on Main, downtown Stevens Point. Goose has 38 beers on tap. That's right, 38, including all of your favorites, an awesome selection of microbrews and craft beers featuring some of the finest beers brewed right here in Wisconsin. If you're hungry, you'll find out firsthand why Goose was voted the best burger and best fish fry in Portage County. Before or after Pointers hockey or anytime, stop into Goose on Main, just minutes away on Main Street, downtown Stevens Point.
UWSP Athletics partners with BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. Pointers and BSN would like to thank all the coaches on and off the field. While BSN Sports is the best at equipping athletes, coaches are the best at equipping lives, and that's the real final score. Learn more at bsnsports.com.
Stevens Point Orthopedics.
Is this the new clinic that used to be the old clinic that's gone?
Yes, sir. We are the old clinic. We just changed our name to Stevens Point Orthopedics.
No more old one?
No, sir.
So how can you be the old one and the new one, too?
How can I help you?
Well, the old clinic did a great job giving me a new knee. Can this new clinic do the same thing with my old knee?
Sir, we are the old one.
Knee?
No, clinic. And I'm sure you won't notice a difference in how well we'll take care of you.
StevensPointOrtho.com. Formerly Klasinski Clinic. Nothing's changed except the name.
Really like the old one.
After a weekend off, the Pointers hit the road for a key matchup with UW Eau Claire on Wednesday, January 22nd. Catch all the action on the Pointer Sports Network with the pregame at 6:45. Men's hockey back at home Friday, January 24th and 25th as they host River Falls. Friday's game against the Falcons, sponsored by Stevens Point Brewery, and Saturdays by Thrivent Financial. Catch all the action on the Pointer Sports Network and get your tickets for all Pointer home games in advance at tickets.uwsp.edu.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena, our first intermission. Being entertained here by what? The mini mites? If that's what they call them these days? Or
yeah, the super mini mites.
The U little guys and girls.
Yes, they are.
We'll call them.
Yep.
They do everything by U's now, isn't that right?
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So whatever it is. So having a blast out here. Always good to see that. So the Pointers come back. Carter Rue is second of the year from Brendan Miller at 5:59 is the period's only goal. As the shots on goal 18-8 in favor of the Pointers in that first period. Sean, I thought, outside of the Carter Rue, kind of a garbage, not much.
It was a garbage goal, yeah.
Nothing there. I thought the best chances the Pointers had, they didn't finish.
Yes, absolutely. Looked to finish a little bit better in the second period, Tommy. They had a couple 2-on-1s that they missed on. A couple good saves by Sam Nelson as well, Tommy, because he kept the Pipers in that hockey game, especially late in the first period.
Yeah, Sean, he's 2-4 in 3 in a row, but his goals against average 2.83.
Yes.
So
not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
At all, and a save percentage of 91.9. So, he's a battler. One of those kind of guys, that
senior goaltender, always hard to beat them.
Yep. So he comes down and continues to battle there. All right, let's look at, again, Stevens Point. The only penalty, Irwin in the box for cross-checking is the call. So it is Andrew Irwin taking the box. Stevens Point will have a power play to begin period number 2. We'll take a break. We'll come back and get you a rundown of some other scores. Stevens Point leading Hamline 1-0. This is Pointer Hockey on the Pointer Sports Network.
Attention winter sports enthusiasts. The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are now open for registration. Go to badgerstategames.org for information about our 24 winter events to compete in. Classic events like alpine, Nordic, curling, and figure skating. Anyone can compete. Hockey, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, and ski jumping. Participate in non-traditional events like fat tire bike racing, cornhole, and pickleball. Or how about e-games, CrossFit, or martial arts? Go to badgerstategames.org. The Badger State Games are for all ages with any type of athletic ability. Compete for gold, silver, and bronze medals in the sport you love and create traditions and memories to last a lifetime. Go to badgerstategames.org to register and like us on Facebook. The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are brought to you by these proud sponsors: Covantage Credit Union, MBE CPAs, News Channel 7 and Fox WZAW, Wausau Central Wisconsin Sports Authority, and Sunrise Broadcasting.
Hey, hockey fans, are you looking for a game changer when it comes to your career? With Skyward, you can join a winning team and help put powerful data in the hands of leaders who shape the lives of over 6 million students. As a 2-time Bubbler Award recipient, Skyward is one of the top 10 best places to work for young professionals where innovation, collaboration, and fun are part of the culture. Right now, Skyward is hiring qualified people for programming and customer service. So make your next goal a career at Skyward by checking out skyward.com/careers.
Marshfield Clinic Health System is making access to care easier, and we're making it easier to get care quickly in Stevens Point.
His sister dared him to put mac and cheese up his nose. Oh no! So, urgent care? Yeah, urgent care.
Urgent Care, now open in Stevens Point. Visit marshfieldclinic.org/Stevens Point to learn more.
Oh, Mom!
Follow the Pointers all season long on the official website of UW Stevens Point Athletics at athletics.uwsp.edu. Updated daily with results and stats from every Pointer sport, as well as game previews and schedules for all your favorite teams. Don't miss information on the latest game day promotions, broadcast information, and the interactive fan zone showcases the social media feeds of Pointers Athletics. Stay in the game with the Pointers online anytime at athletics.uwsp.edu.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena, Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon. Tell you what, Sean, give our props up. My good friend Rob Perkins.
Yes.
The Owasso East Band, guest band here tonight. My alma mater and the daughter's alma mater. So I know they love coming down here, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah,
so,
they're rolling.
Well, they got about 75 strong in here tonight. They're coming around. So thanks to them for coming down during the break. And they have a good time. So always like it when you can do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Folks to fill in, and we'll get it from here. All right, other scores. Here's what we have. Stout at Bethel, 1-0. The Royals in the lead. After these are all pretty much close to the end of the first period, or after one, somewhere around there. Concordia, Minnesota at Northland. They are scoreless. Superior, 4-1 over St. John's. I'm trying to think. St. John's went to Boston, and split a win and a loss, right?
In the
out there in the Boston Landing tournament, I believe, right?
Correct.
And out there, Augsburg at 5th-ranked Augsburg, who will be here at Willett Arena tomorrow night at River Falls. They are scoreless at the end of, or darn near the end of the first period here. A couple of minutes left there at W.H. Hunt Arena. All right, NCHA is where things get interesting. St. Norbert and Aurora this afternoon skate to a 3-3 tie. Trine leading Concordia, Wisconsin 4-1. Lake Forest a 2-1 lead over Finlandia. Marion a 1-0 lead over St. Scholastica, and we'll see if this has gone final yet. They are in the final minute at Arrington Ice Arena in Adrian, and it is MSOE with a 4-3 lead over Adrian. 31 seconds to go there, so go figure, right?
Yes, especially after the Raiders get swept by the Green Knights last weekend.
Yeah.
And Adrian licking their wounds against Utica from that non-conference season, non-conference series last weekend.
So if you look at the standings of the NCHA coming into tonight's games, St. Norbert in first place with 10 points, Lawrence with 9, Marion with 8, St. Scholastica with 7, Finlandia with 4. So they're jammed around there. In the south, Lake Forest a 4-point lead over Adrian, 16-12. Aurora right there with 11, Concordia, Wisconsin with 9, Trine with 8, MSOE with 4.
So trying to get home ice out of the Foresters.
So we'll keep an eye on there. Pointer women are on a roll here, Sean. A 9-1 win.
Yep.
Earlier in the week, they're up after 20 minutes in the Twin Ports, 2-0 over St. Scholastica.
Right.
So maybe they get on a little run.
Get going a little bit
in the period. 6th-ranked Eau Claire as hosting Lake Forest, 1-1 there on the women's side. Superior's at 4th-ranked Gustavus. And let's see, I don't believe we have a score in from that game as of yet at Gustavus. Let's see here. River Falls with a 3-0 win for the Falcons. They are 8th-ranked over Augsburg on the women's side. And it is UW Superior at Gustavus in the schedule that we had. Yeah, no report there. A 7 o'clock start there. So I'll tell you, crazy times coming around, Sean. And you kind of wonder if, we know Stevens Point's going to have to go on a heck of a run here.
Yep.
But you wonder how all this chaos,
right,
as opposed to, you've had some pretty clear-cut locks coming up here before. So
I was going to ask you, is there a clear-cut number 1 team in the country right now?
Trinity,
they're only lost.
Coach Bads.
Yeah.
Go figure.
What kind of voodoo magic did he get going over there?
Of course, former Pointer assistant coach Zach Badalamenti is a graduate assistant coach with Trinity. They're the new number 1 team in the country. Trinity, Geneseo is 2. Eau Claire dropped to 3 after the couple of losses to Stevens Point. Then it's Norwich, Augsburg, Hobart, Utica, Solvay, Regina, University of New England, and Stevenson. Lake Forest, Adrian, Williams, Wilkes out of Pennsylvania is 10-2. I think they're ranked for the first time ever, perhaps.
And they're second in the pairwise, Tommy. That's the one once the calendar turns, you start really keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
Trinity, Wilkes, Canton, Lake Forest, and Stevenson, the top 5 in the pairwise right now.
So it'll be interesting to see how those things either spin in or out of control.
It's going to be mad chaos. And I honestly think as much chaos is going on all around the country in how close it is, that plays right into the Pointers' hands. If they go on a run and they can leapfrog a bunch of teams, they're currently coming into the weekend. They're 31st in the country in the pairwise. That's a lot to go. Last year, what was it, 8-9? That was kind of where that last large.
But I mean, you look at realistically, you got the 5th-ranked team in the country coming here tomorrow.
Yep.
And then after that, your next game is the current number 3-ranked team in the country. So, you can make some hay here. I got to believe if Superior comes rolling, they're finally going to get ranked.
They'll be ranked next weekend. Yep.
If they can keep rolling here, they are the first team receiving votes points here in the poll. So, you will definitely have some chances here against some ranked teams coming up.
Big bonus point games coming up. If Superior keeps winning, they continue to win. Tommy, tonight, they'll be ranked next weekend if they have a good weekend again. You're going to have some chances to get some big bonus points against nationally ranked teams.
Yep.
When you first looked at the schedule, like maybe 3 or 4 nationally ranked teams, you got a chance to play a bunch down the stretch.
Over the holidays, we had some activities in the pro ranks as well.
Yeah, we did.
Former Pointer Tanner Carty got the call up to Rapid City in the ECHL, so
good for him.
Congratulations to him. Yep. And officially the Huntsville Havoc. You can't spell SPHL without Stevens Point here.
Right.
Baxter Cantor has moved on from the program and signed with them. And then also this week, Stephen Beauvais came back from Sweden.
He did.
And he has signed with Huntsville, so he'll join Kyle Sharkey and Max Malasic with the Havoc in the SP in the Southern Professional Hockey League. And as I looked up the Trollhagen, where BJ Duffin is playing in the Swedish league, he's their leading scorer. He's got 14 goals. He's running the power play.
Oh my
He's having a great old time over there. So congratulations to him. As of course Jake Barber is still playing with Birmingham in the Southern League as well. Alex Crom still kicking around in the ECHL. So some
Alex Brooks, I believe, is still with
Alex
the Fuel.
Brooks with Indianapolis. That's right. As he continues to kick around. So congratulations to those guys who continue to play here at the next level. We'll take one more break. Come back with second period action. Stevens Point leads Hamline 1-0. This is Pointer Hockey on the Pointer Sports Network.
Bring home incredible internet, TV, and phone services with TDS Fiber. Register now at tdsfiber.com/radio. Enjoy cyber-spacious internet speeds up to 1 gig at your home or business. Plus, change the way you watch TV with our whole home DVR. Can't get that with cable. Powerful internet, premium services. Go to tdsfiber.com/radio to register, learn about bonus offers, and more. TDS Fiber available in certain areas. See website for details.
Attention winter sports enthusiasts! The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are now open for registration. Go to badgerstategames.org for information about our 24 winter events to compete in. Classic events like alpine, Nordic, hurling, and figure skating. Anyone can compete. Hockey, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, and ski jumping. Participate in non-traditional events like fat tire bike racing, cornhole, and pickleball. Or how about e-games, CrossFit, or martial arts? Go to BadgerStateGames.org. The Badger State Games are for all ages with any type of athletic ability. Compete for gold, silver, and bronze medals in the sport you love and create traditions and memories to last a lifetime. Go to BadgerStateGames.org to register and like us on Facebook. The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are brought to you by these proud sponsors: Marshfield Clinic, Habish, and Rotier, UW Stevens Point, Wausau, Central Wisconsin Sports Authority, and Sunrise Broadcasting.
UWSP Athletics would like to thank Century World, a valued sponsor of Pointers Athletics. Nestled in the heart of central Wisconsin, Century World is a great place to hold your next event. With breathtaking facilities coupled with a wide variety of packages and amenities to deliver an exceptional experience, and with an award-winning 18-hole golf course with rolling greens to the famous Flower Hole, Century World consistently ranks as one of the best destination golf courses in the nation. For more information, visit centuryworld.com.
All right, back here at KB Willard Arena. Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon. Glad you're with us on this Friday night. Back to action here in the new year. Of course, Sean, not a bad crowd here for, it's filled in nicely, for students not being in. And ready to go at it. Would love to have you come out tomorrow night.
It's a big one tomorrow
Augsburg,
night.
fifth-ranked team in the country coming out here. Big matchup, so we'll get that going. And more importantly, Sean, 2 minutes of a Goose on Main power play to begin period number 2 as Andrew Irwin off for cross-checking. Goose on Main, nearly 40 beers on tap, a complete menu, the wide variety of burgers, wraps, soups, and salads, and of course an awesome Friday fish fry. Goose on Main, 1140 Main Street, Stevens Point. Our opening faceoff is brought to you by Miller Lite, and right off the get-go bounces right through Drew McLean. So Qualiata and McLean Carter Rue, McElhaney, and Zach Zeck are the number one power play unit here. Qualiata far side, gets it free. McLean, a long shot in, and I actually think that hits Zach Zeck on the way to the net. Zeck battling for it between the circles. Hamline tries to clear it off. They can't. Qualiata to Rue. They got it set up here. He'll come back out. McElhaney picks a corner and missed. Lifted it high, got the glass. Out high to McLean. McLean looks to sling it up, but doesn't. Instead comes near side to McElhaney. McElhaney down low to Carter Rue. Rue coming back to McElhaney near side. Up to McElhaney or McLean at the point. He'll fire a shot. Shot blocked there by Hamline. Qualiata controls it now. Top of the far face-off circle. Looks to dump to Rue behind the net. He has to calm a bouncing puck and gives it to McElhaney. Out high to McLean. Feeds it far side. One-timer by Qualiata just missed. Carter Rue with a backhand. He'll throw it back out. Qualiata again. Waits for a defender to come. Now centers it back to Zach. Oh, slung it just wide. Missed the post on the near side. Went wide. Back to McLean again. McLean feeds it. Far side Qualiata. He'll come in. Shot hit the post. Goal post on the far side. And Qualiata holds it. Back to McLean again. McLean to McElhaney on the near side. Comes back through to the middle. Deflected. Comes to McLean. He'll sling it. Shot save. Rebound loose. Carter Rue shot in the goal. Second of the game. It's a Goose on Main power play goal. Nelson made a couple of saves. Left a juicy rebound there. It's 2-0 Stevens Point.
Yeah, 2 big rebounds. Hamline defense absolutely worn out by the Pointers having it in the offensive end the whole power play time. Carter Rue, the second slap over the leg pad of Nelson. It's 2-0 Stevens Point.
Well, Carter Rue setting up shop around the net here, huh? 18:41 to go here, and get your power play going, right? That is 1 for 1 so far. Pointers come in 15.2% on the power play. Rue is second of the game, third of the year. They'll kick it free, reaching for it. Austin Kelly after it. Behind the net it goes, and it's Jaron Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld around, clears it up, knocked off. Kellen Theraldson will get it back. Feeds it ahead to Jordan Fader. Fader back to Kelly on the near side. Austin Kelly brings it in, tried to drop it back to Fader. It's intercepted. Back the other way come the Pipers again, but Stevens Point sends it right back the other way. Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld cuts to the near side. We'll get a whistle and an offsides. 18:06 to go here in the second period. Pointers strike in the first 90 seconds. It's 2-0 Stevens Point.
Yeah, 1:19 of the second period, Tommy. Carter Rue, his third of the year, second of the game. Unassisted for the Pointers Goose on Main power play goal.
He might have had 3 or 4 chops at that.
Yes, he did. Hamline was absolutely out of gas on the penalty kill.
Pointers really moved the puck well. Mm-hmm. All right, off the draw. Hamline will dump it into the near corner. Giving chase is Connor Beebe. Loose along the near side, and a sliding shot block here by Logan Fredericks might turn into a 3-on-2. Ahead, out of the reach of McReynolds. They're in the zone onside. He'll send it deep. Tice after it behind the net. Rides off a big check there, but keeps it going. McReynolds in the near corner with Tice. McReynolds again got swung around, and it's Qualiata with it here on the near side. He'll come in. Nobody going to pick him up. He'll dangle. Tried to pick it. Shot block. Kicks it. Now Qualiata to the far corner. Tice with it again. He'll send it back. Fredericks after it. Logan Fredericks taken down behind the net. Man, I think the world thought a penalty call, but Brandon Schrader said nope. So now it hits part of a stanchion on the far side and takes an odd bounce. Tice out high, holds it in, sends it back up the far boards. Hamline will flip it up into the neutral zone. Qualiata after it. Both teams changing some personnel here. Qualiata will zip it ahead off the far wall. Jordan Fader tips it and gets it in. Nelson back to play it. Plays it right around to Brennan Miller here on the near side. He'll go to Rue coming. Fader with a shot. Save made by Nelson. Oh, what a setup there. Now Miller on the forecheck works it free. He'll get it to Colin Raver behind the net. Raver backs off. He'll come to the near corner. Carter Rue overskated the puck, and he'll let it go to McLean. He'll come in the middle to Miller. He'll try to muscle it off. Hamline able to clear it out. Back the other way they come. Corrali with a drive-by there on Kyle Wendorf, who slipped out of the way. Near side, it's Corrali will pick it up. He'll carry it back behind his own net and look to clear it out, which he does off the far wall. Corrali with it, and now it's McLean. McLean, near side, Miller fights across the red line, tips it in. Colin Raver rumbling after it. Raver behind the net, chipped it free. Rue keeps it going. Carter Rue, both pointer goals here tonight, and out to McLean. And I think that skipped a little bit before it got to him, went over his stick down the length of the ice. It's going to allow 5 fresh Pipers to get out there. 4 minutes into the second period, Stevens Point with a 2-0 lead. Zek on the far side. Did he get a piece of it? He did. Far corner, now Zek after it again, chips a bad angle shot, tried a little redirect there with Kelly O'Brien in front of the net, just out of his reach. Theraldson muscles it up on the near side. He'll pull it back toward McElhaney. Theraldson again ahead to Zek. Zek coming in one-on-one with McElhaney to the net. Zek saucer pass to McElhaney, fights his way through, couldn't get a shot. Now McElhaney with it on the near side. He'll leave it go. Theraldson, I think, thought McElhaney was going to play the puck, and Luke let him come out to him, so they had to touch up. O'Brien at center ice. He'll chip it off the near glass and in. Giving chase, Kelly O'Brien. It's about the time of the year Kelly O'Brien started to pick it up last year, huh? Now Zek with it, far side, O'Brien taken down. Bodies all over the place as Conrad will flip it deep. Far corner, O'Brien for Stevens Point. And it is Hamline able to chip it ahead. More bodies flying around. Ooh. And another big hit by Zek here in the near side. McKellar back the other way with O'Brien. He'll chip a shot up high. It goes into the netting. We'll get a whistle. 14:57 to go here in period 2.
Now Pointers continue to go to work with the forecheck, getting the puck deep. Kelly O'Brien allowed just to skate around with nobody picking him up. Good shift by him. And I could get the puck to the middle of the ice. Hamlin's giving you the perimeter. Now you got to work hard and get in front of Nelson. Get a couple more goals here.
All right, so Stevens Point off the face-off, rims it around the boards. McKellar with a big hit. We'll get a rise out of the folks. But Hamline is able to lift it up and out on the near side. Back to center ice. Jordan Fader with a backhander after it, poking it free. Tristan Conrad with a nice read here. He'll get it across the red line and dump it in. Round it goes. Austin Kelly bouncing puck again on the far side. Kelly looks to center it. Goes wide. Fader will slide it back to Qualiata. Qualiata will calm it down. Fake the shot. Now goes to Fader, far wall. Comes through to the middle. McKellar with a shot. Nelson with a save. Ooh, did that sting him on the collarbone? Now centering pass in front. I think he tried to go off the back of the goaltender there, and it went wide. Ooh, as McKellar comes hammering through for a big shot. Nothing there. Qualiata gets undressed on the far side, and Hamline toward the net, but Qualiata recovering to free it up. Good recovery there. Now he'll feed it up on the near side. This will go down the length of the ice. And they will say Hamline could have played it, so no icing. And Logan Fredericks will go after it, far side. And big hit there, but got a pass up ahead. Now with some speed, Connor Beebe. Haven't seen Hamline able to get too much open ice speed here yet. Hunters have done a nice job to strangle it out of him. Drew McLean will get it. He will stride out of the zone. Far side he goes. Cuts back to the near side. Cuts in front of Jake Tice. Flips it back, and it's Fredericks feeding it back, but Tice was offsides. And now they'll flip it in. I think Tice was onside. He thought he was off.
Right.
No dice there. So, round it comes in the near side. And Hamline will clear it up, but Corrali reads the play nicely, and then a 2-point takedown there, and it's a 2-on-1 back the other way, but it's out of the reach of Taylor Trapp, fortunately, for Stevens Point. 13:10 to go in the second. Stevens Point up 2-0. Corrali surveys it up. He's going to charge forward. Miller nearly fought. Now a rebound coming off the side of the net. Nelson with a save. Miller will get it. The half wall on the far side. Brendan Miller did a really nice job. Physical play by Hamline to try to force him off sides, but stuck with it. Now in the far corner, the long reach of the Texan keeps it going. And Wes Ashley in there to help out. He'll pop it forward. No hand pass here as Miller lost where the puck was, and Hamline able to clear it out. Near side, Theraldson hustling. Nice job to hold the zone here. And now we get a whistle. Played with a high stick, I think is the call. Yep, so we're going to face off back in the Hamline end. 12:37 to go here in period 2.
I thought for a second it might have been an offsides, a delayed offsides. Theraldson, nice job reading the play, Tommy. Keeping that puck going, getting the puck back in. Talked a little bit about
getting it back deep. And a face-off to the left side of Sam Nelson. Raver feeds it far side. Wes Ashley for the Pointers. Looks to send it deep. He'll go to Brendan Miller. Miller reversing back. Goes behind the net. Miller. And he'll just keep steering it right along. Now Carter Ruin to help out. Bad angle shot comes in. Nelson dives out. Covers it up.
Yeah, just talking
back from the dead. Sean McMahon.
Back. Sorry about that. Yeah. As we're talking a little bit about Callum Theraldson being that sixth defenseman and where the Pointers are at with their D core right now, he's going to have to play big minutes coming down through the stretch drive here. He seems like he's getting more and more confident as well.
All right, Corrali now off the draw. Fader. A stick check just as he shot it, prevented the puck from getting on net. Wilson Northey with it now. Northey chips it. Fader again. Jordan Fader trying to get some separation. He's tied up from behind. Boy, how is that not a holding call?
I was going to say the same
Hamline
thing.
back the other way, in they go. Bouncing puck in. Qualiata will play it. He'll have some speed here. Now goes to Northey on the far side. Cuts with Jordan Fader. Northey, top of the far face-off circle, firing a shot. Nelson fights that one off. Northey to the rebound on the far side, but Hamline chops it up. Ryan Murray with a nice defensive play there. Whistle and an icing call here for whatever reason. 11:46 to go here in the second.
Goodness gracious, Tommy. Taking a look at the Hamline bench, and Corey Leyland looking at the linesman like, are you serious? That was a close one there, Tom, on the delayed icing call, but the Pointers will get an offensive zone face-off here, get back to work. As they've scored one goal early on here, a power play goal by Carter Rue, his second of the night.
All right, shot fired. Nelson makes a save. Sean Hamline, Corey Leyland, their head coach. I know he does a lot of stuff with USA Hockey.
He does, yep.
His assistant, Mike McMillan, should mention, got to talk with him a little bit at the coaches convention in April last year. He won a award from USA Hockey.
Oh, cool.
Down there. We were down there with Coach Krieger, so that was a neat thing there. He does a ton of stuff for USA Hockey in Minnesota as well. All right, rimming it around near side. Corrali will cut it off for Stevens Point. McElhaney cleared it from the near corner. Shot backhanded off. Zek waiting for it. Zek. He'll try to reverse to O'Brien. They run into each other in the near corner, and up the far side it goes, swatting at it. This might be a 2-on-1. Hamline back the other way with Corrali. Will come in. Shot sliding. Oh, no, it got through. It beats Eli Billing. Boy, Corrali went down, and I think Eli lost sight of the puck when the defender came down. It beat him. And Hamlin's on the board here. It's 2-1.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tommy. As Corrali went down and tried to take away the 2-on-1, I'm not sure, Tommy, if even the shot along the ice ricocheted off of Corrali. Somehow it fooled Eli low into the stick side and low, and it's 2-1 here at Willett Arena as the Pipers get a little bit of momentum.
Yeah. And another tough. Boy, I would like to go back in the video and see the tough break goals that Eli Billing has given up here on a redirect or off their own guy. Who knows? Hamline dumps it in now. That's a big goal for Hamline. They're right back in it here. Now Pipers with it near side, lost the handle on it, and it is Jaron Hirschfeld. Cross ice pass ahead it goes. Tice intercepts at center ice. He'll chip it through and springs Logan Fredericks on the far side. Fredericks comes, shot, tried to pick the upper corner and missed. Went high and missed the net. Got to get it on net. Now Tice hammers it loose on the near side. Fredericks coming again. He'll go to the near corner. Shoulder to shoulder. Veers off a defender and trying to center it. Fredericks still battling. Doing a good job here. Now gets it to Tice. He'll throw it to Carter Rue. He'll fire a shot in the goal. Hat trick for Carter Rue. Boy, piece of cake for Carter Rue on a beautiful setup by Jake Tice. Pointers get it right back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, hat trick for Carter Rue. Nice job by him to just read the play perfectly, go to the net. Good job by Logan Frederick and Jake Tice to win a couple 50-50 battles as Rue, his fourth of the season, in the hat trick goal, gives the Pointers the 2-goal lead back.
All right, so .10:32 to go here. Sean, a bit mystified by this MSOE Adrian box because it says Adrian scored a goal at 18:52 of the third to get within 4-3, but it says there's still 9.5 minutes left on the clock.
Interesting. So, do I need to? I'll
see if you can
do some deeper searching.
See if you can do some research here. Corey Leyland asking Brandon Schrader a couple of questions here. But boy, I tell you, Sean, if that's what Jake Tice is going to do for the Pointers, love it.
You're going to take it every day, every day.
Wow. All right, Carter Rue, the man of the hour right now. All 3-pointer goals here tonight, Qualiata. And lets it go, played by a high stick here by Point. So they will blow that one down. We'll get a whistle. Pointer Hockey brought to you by the Stevens Point Brewery, proud sponsor of UWSP Athletics, reminding you to make it a point to drink responsibly. Important answer there for the Pointers, Sean.
Huge, absolutely huge answer for the Pointers. They are able to able to get back in this thing.
All right, off the face-off. It is Zach. McLean just weaves his way through, gets it to Zek, feeds it to McElhaney. Here he comes. He's got Carter Rue on the back door. Never saw him. Well, they'll go far side. Qualiata. Penalty. No, I take that back. Near side it goes. McElhaney with it. Out high to McLean. McLean feeds it far side. Qualiata with a 9-iron that gets the glass as Zek digs it out again. Out high. Pointers are on the power play here. Sean, I did not see the penalty call. Now backdoor comes right in front. Zek cutting. Couldn't finish. Now Zek to the far corner with Carter Rue. Zek to Qualiata. Qualiata back around. Now it's McLean with it on the near side. McElhaney. He'll come firing through. Shot. Nelson a save. And it hit off the midsection of McElhaney on the way out. So McLean brings it back in. Drew McLean coming in. Leaves it off Rue. He'll come back through to the middle to Zek. It goes between his legs. And down the length of the ice it goes. So they will play it ahead. Drew McLean will cycle off. He'll feed it ahead and turn it over. Hamline is off sides on the penalty kill here. Bouncing puck out at center ice. McLean will get it ahead to Fredericks. And Hamline will try to chop it out, but they can't. Fredericks with it. Now it comes out. Kelly O'Brien cuts it off. He at the red line goes to the far side. O'Brien back to the middle to Brennan Miller. Bouncing puck, firing a shot and slid it just wide of the net. Now it's Corrali with it. He'll set it up high. 18 to go here in the Goose on Main power play. Shot got through Nelson, but went wide. Fredericks to the rebound in the near corner. And it is Corrali with it now. He'll flip it on the near side. Fredericks with it. He'll send it deep down low to Raver in the near corner. Raver now to Fredericks. 3 seconds to go on the power play. Shot, that just missed. And the Piper is back at full strength. And Kelly O'Brien with it. O'Brien to Miller behind the net to Raver. Raver now it comes back out. And it hits off of Kelly O'Brien. And it goes wide on the near side. Stevens Point, Logan Fredericks cycles back with it. He'll try to feed it up and has to fight off a defender. Wes Ashley now with it. A little more jump here on the forecheck from the Pipers in the last couple of seconds here. And it is sent in. Back the other way. Wilson Northey finds an opening. He shot it wide. So they are still going in the third period, right?
8 minutes to go, Tommy. This box score was right.
All right. Theraldson up ahead to Kelly O'Brien. O'Brien with it. Jammed off of his stick. Then he forced it loose. Hamline trying to get to it on the far side and carry it in. They do. It's Dabrowski. Tried to center it. Wilson Northey will get it for Stevens Point. Northey comes out. Leaves it for Jordan Fader in the right wing. Fader near side trying to come back to Northey. Northey will get it in the near corner. Wilson with two defenders on him. And Jordan Fader living for another day here on the near side. And still battling for it. Jordan Fader not giving up on this puck at all. And they're still battling. A Hamline player is down in the near corner. The puck's still going. He's got a stick on it. Now Fader finally digs it free. Comes Conrad with a shot. Double deflection in. Nelson with a save. And he'll cover up. How about that? I tell you what. Not that I'm arguing here, Sean, but Brandon Schrader and Rigel Flannan are keeping the whistles in their pocket here.
That's great. I'll take that all day long.
It was a hooking call against Andrew Irwin is what it was. Shots on goal at the moment, 27-10 in favor of Stevens Point. All right, face off to the right side of Sam Nelson. Qualiata. Oh, in front of the net, redirect. Tice went just wide as he sent it in from the near blue line. Now McReynolds chips it deep. McReynolds out there with McKellar. Qualiata with it for Stevens Point. He'll tip it back up along the half wall. McKellar takes a pretty good stick here. And Qualiata with it. Nice saucer pass to the far side to get it through a defender, but it was out of the reach of Tristan Conrad. Hamline will swipe it out on the far side. McKellar after it. He'll come in and force it loose. 6.5 to go in the second. 3-1 is the Stevens Point lead. Tice centering pass, took a licking, but got it to McKellar. He'll come toward the net now, force wide to the far corner. He'll come, try to wrap around right in front. Miller redirects it toward the net. Boy, he just tried to shove it on net there and hit a defender on the way through, and then Nelson chipped it out. Hamline back the other way with some speed. This is Jackson Bond. Bond behind the net with McLean. And he'll force it free. McReynolds up and out. Got through a defender on the far side. 6 minutes to go here in period 2. A Carter Rue hat trick has Stevens Point up 3-0. Brennan Miller unloads on a player in the far corner. Colin Raver in there to get it. Miller back to his feet. He will let Carter Rue feed it deep and hits a body. Glove down. McLean, what a job there to hold the zone. Raver will get it. He'll hammer it deep and goes back behind the net. Around near side. Another big hit there. And Hamline trying to work it through, but on the back check, Colin Raver here gets it. McElhaney. Luke McElhaney coming, fires a shot. That ripped wide again. Boy, McElhaney has missed the net a couple of times here. Leading scorer for the Pointers, now to Colin Raver behind the net. Raver slides it out high to Corrali near side. He'll send it toward the net. That hit a body on the way through. McLean reaching for it. McElhaney couldn't get it. 5:15 to go. Quick moving second period here. Ahead it goes. Kelly O'Brien after it. Up high over him to the far corner. Zek wide open in front of the net, but couldn't get it to him. Zek now gathers it in. Zek looks to center it. He tried to redirect with McElhaney. It comes out high to McLean. He shoves it back ahead, but intercepted here by Hamline. They'll chip it to the near side. Sweeping it deep is Riley Meyer. Eli Billings steers it ahead. Long pass to Zek. He'll get it out of the reach of O'Brien. Here comes McElhaney. And a defender tied him up well, so he couldn't steer it back in. McLean wins a battle here in the near side to poke it free, and it'll come to Wes Ashley. Ashley back to get it. Wes reverting back, and boy, here's Hamline jumping the play. They wanted to send it back in, but would have been offsides. Nice job by Eli Billing to cut it off behind the net. Theraldson ahead. Kelly O'Brien with it through. Out of the reach of Zek. He'll get it back. Zek brings it in. Zek with O'Brien. Wide open back door. Couldn't pull the trigger. A saucer pass that went too high. Now Theraldson with it. He'll gain control of it at the red line. Cross ice to Conrad. Conrad ahead on the near side. Jordan Fader couldn't get it as he was just coming off the Pointer bench. Long outlet pass here by Hamline. They'll say contact through the neutral zone, so no icing call. 4 minutes to go in the second period. 3-1 is the Stevens Point lead. Hamline dancing through, trying to get a couple of shots off. Nothing there. Here's Fader. Back the other way, has Austin Kelly with him. Fader puts the brakes on. Saucer pass through to the middle. That got into the midsection of a Hamline defender. Jaron Hirschfeld with a nice job to prevent that opportunity. Tristan Conrad with a good defensive play. Pointers scoop it up on the far side, but not out. Now it finally comes bouncing. Here's Wilson Northey. Austin Kelly cuts behind him. Northey waits. Defender down. Coming in front. Short side shot. That goes wide. Northey to the rebound. Comes in front. Fader will get it. Jordan Fader to Northey in the near corner. Now to Austin Kelly, half wall in the near side. He'll come back through to the middle. He'll leave it out high to Qualiata. Qualiata spins, loses a defender. He's going to walk right in. Qualiata comes in, shot, and did Nelson get a piece of that into the netting and out of play?
It hits Nelson's top of his glove and then off the crossbar into the netting as Stephen Qualiata danced around all the Hamline defensemen and almost scored his 5th goal of the season.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
Got puck into the band, too. They're
they're fired up over there.
3:17 to go. I see Rob Perkins, the East Band director, sporting a Pointer National Championship shirt down there. So
I like it.
Good job by him. McReynolds behind the net. He got freight trained, but Logan Fredericks will pick the puck up. Fredericks off the far wall, out high to McLean. Cross ice to Corrali. Corrali toward the net. Nelson glove save and hangs on. Sean, this is one of those nights where you wish you had a stopwatch about possession time in the offensive zone.
Yes, you do.
Pointers have done a nice job.
Yep, they've gotten back to their game plan, starting it right before the holiday break with the Eau Claire series. They did a great job in that weekend to get back to their game plan of getting the puck deep and going to work. And they have done that against this smaller set of forwards for Hamline. They've used their size and strength to their advantage to really get the possession time going. Still 4-3 in Adrian, Tommy, as the Raiders try looking to upset Adrian on home ice.
Sean River Falls late in the first with 1 to lead Augsburg 1-0. We'll get you the rest of the scores coming up here in a minute. Fredericks dances free back. He'll dump it back in the near corner. Sent deep now, and Fredericks sheds a defender off. Boy, a big thump down here in the near corner.
Penalty coming up on Hamline.
And what do we have here? It's Jackson Bond, I believe, right?
Yeah, Jackson Bond's going to go to the box for cross-check or checking from behind. The refs are talking about it. We'll see.
2:44 to go here, and Sean, the Pointers open the period.
2 minutes for checking from behind.
Open the period on the Goose on Main power play. They'll close it out here with a 3-1 lead here. And back to the Goose on Main power play for the 3rd time here tonight. All right, face off to the near side. McElhaney slides it out to Drew McLean. McLean fakes. Now far side, Qualiata. He'll come into the far face-off circle, seeing how far he can come in. Goes deep to Rue. In front to Zek. Zek tied up the defender. Sticks tied up there. McElhaney on the Goose on Main power play. Here's McLean. A shot block there by Kyle Wendorf off the skate and back down. McLean pulls it back. Minute and a half remaining in the Goose on Main power play. 2:15 to go here in period 2. Near side, Zek feeds it ahead. McElhaney splits a defender. He'll come in. Tried to bring it back to his forehand, but a defender got a stick on it. Out high to McLean and lost sight of it, and it slides out of the zone. And another lead pass for McElhaney goes too far. Pointers get a piece of it on the far side, and Hamlin's able to clear it out. Zek on the near side. Whistle and an offside play. Zek struggling a little bit here tonight.
Trying to get his hockey legs
get his
back
game back
bit,
going here after 26 days off.
Yep.
All right, Concordia, Minnesota leading Northland 2-1. St. John's has scored, so it's 4-2 at Superior, and as we said, River Falls leading Augsburg 1-0. Far side, O'Brien carries it in. Has to work around a defender to get it to Colin Raver. He does. Back to O'Brien. He's got to settle down a spinning puck there. He does. Sends it toward the side of the right in front. Shot and a goal. Brendan Miller won't get much easier than that. The carom came off the end board right to Miller between the circles. It's a Goose on Main power play goal. 4-1 Stevens Point.
There goes the goal light, Tommy. Wait for that to flip on, but what a good power play goal. The Pointers now 2 for 3 on the power play and lead the Pipers 4-1.
To see. So for Brennan Miller, his 5th of the year. It was a Corrali or McLean or McElhaney that shot it off the end board. It literally came right to him between the circles. All right, power play goal here. Fader works it free. Here's Tristan Conrad. Throws it right in front. Backhanded shot there by Fader went wide. Jordan Fader to it in the near corner. Shot. Nelson will block that one off. And far corner it goes. Pipers with it. Around on the near side, Eric Dahl. Dahl waiting for it. Qualiata reaching for it. And up the near side, they'll still try to get to it. Fader, they'll send it deep all the way to the far corner. Eli Billing will cut it off. They'll rim it around on the near side. Minute to go here in the second period. Really nice answer here, Sean, by Point after giving up the goal to make it 2-1. Come back with back-to-back here. Qualiata the far corner. Chips it behind the net for Tristan Conrad.
Oh, watch out. Terrible
turnover in front of that. Eli Billing with a big save. Now Hamlin with some pressure through traffic. That goes wide. Pointers asleep at the wheel here a bit. Hamlin another shot, but Tristan Conrad, will block a shot over the net. Out of play. 36.8 seconds to go.
Now the Pointers power play goal. It's Brendan Miller, his 5th of the year. They're going to give the assist to Kelly O'Brien. That coming at 18:24. Again, the Pointers 2 for 3 on the Goose on Main power play tonight. Very good efficiency. And when you look at the numbers for Hamlin, Tommy, they're coming into tonight's game converting at 75% on the penalty kill. Yep. Dead last in the MIAC and 73rd overall in the country. So you knew that the special teams for the Pointers needed to be the difference tonight.
Yep. Logan Fredericks got muscled off on the far side. 20 seconds to go in the period. Piper's trying to get a last gasp here, and now it is Brandon McReynolds ahead. And Hamlin is offsides here. Wes Ashley turned it right into a defender. They'll scoop it in. They'll send it deep. Final seconds around coming. Stevens Point trying to get it, and a chop toward the net, goes wide. Bond with it. He'll fire a shot right at the whistle, or the buzzer, that goes wide. So Stevens Point, 40 minutes in the books here, has a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, very good period by the Pointers as they score 3 times. Carter Rue gets a pair in the second period and gets a hat trick. And Brendan Miller on the power play, the most recent goal, gives the Pointers the 4-1 lead.
All right, we'll take a break. We will come back. Sean's got a Pointer profile. Always scintillating goaltender discussion.
Oh, my goodness.
Ryan Wagner.
Do they like to talk, Tommy?
They do. So we got Ryan Wagner coming up as our Pointer profile, but we will take a break, and we'll come back and give you a recap and some second half stats. 4-1 Stevens Point after 2. You're listening to Pointer Hockey on the Pointer Sports Network.
Your family's safety is important, And with winter driving coming, Sherrill Tire and Service can help. Sherrill Tire and Service Centers can help with new tires and a pre-season tune-up, so your entire vehicle is winter ready. Sherrill Tire and Service, Plover, Stevens Point, Weston, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, and Medford. And online at SherrillTire.com.
Sherrill Tire and Service. Get your car done right.
Attention winter sports enthusiasts. The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are now open for registration. Go to badgerstategames.org for information about our 24 winter events to compete in. Classic events like alpine, Nordic, curling, and figure skating. Anyone can compete. Hockey, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, and ski jumping. Participate in non-traditional events like fat tire bike racing, cornhole, and pickleball. Or how about e-games, CrossFit, or martial arts? Go to badgerstategames.org. The Badger State Games are for all ages with any type of athletic ability. Compete for gold, silver, and bronze medals in the sport you love and create traditions and memories to last a lifetime. Go to badgerstategames.org to register and like us on Facebook. The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are brought to you by these proud sponsors: Covantage Credit Union, MBE CPAs, News Channel 7 and Fox WZAW, Wausau, Central Wisconsin Sports Authority, and Sunrise Broadcasting.
UWSP students and staff, did you know your UWSP ID gets you a 20% discount on food at Grazzi's? You can also test Grazzi's to 89800. That's GRAZIES to 89800 to receive free offers and other discounts. Grazzi's is open 7 days a week, serving lunch and dinner from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. at 5327 Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Visit Grazzi'sItalianGrill.com for more information. The Pointers Blue Line Club brings together hockey fans from all levels to enjoy and support Pointers hockey. Whether you're an individual, family, or business, there are many ways you can support the Pointer program. Consider an individual membership, a business sponsorship, or visit the Blue Line Club apparel stand and purchase the latest items to show your Pointer hockey pride. Don't miss the Sam Molsky 50-50 and Fan of the Game raffle at every home game. Get more information at PointerBlueLineClub.com.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena, Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon. A 4-1 lead here for Stevens Point after 2 periods. I thought, Sean, the Pointers did a nice job to build that 2-0 lead, gave up kind of a fluky goal to get within 2-1, and to be honest with you, kind of got what they deserved there for a while. They kind of got a little sloppy and careless with the puck, and Hamline got on the board, but a great answer to put 2 more up before the end of the period.
Well, absolutely, Tommy. Gave up that 2-on-1 where the Pointers probably could have played it a little bit better. Danny Corrali tried to take away the pass. Give credit to Meyer for Hamline to take the shot and kind of deflected off of Corrali into the back of the net to give them the lead, but then Carter Rue went to work, Tom. Scores his hat-trick goal at 9:28 to make it 3-1, and then Brendan Miller, this most recent power play goal, ending the second period 18-24 to give the Pointers a 4-1 lead. And they continued to do a great job on the shot counter as well tonight. In that second period, they outshot the Pipers 13-3. So the Pointers, all systems go on the offensive side. I thought they played awfully good that middle part and towards the end. And we talked about special teams being a difference tonight, 2 for 3 on the Guzan main power play.
Yep, they are. So, all right, updating our scores here. Let's see, I believe Bethel was leading Stout 1-0. We have not seen an update on that game as of yet here, so Sean will dial that one up. Concordia, Minnesota leading Northland 2-1. Superior now up 6-2 over St. John's, and Bethel has extended that to 2-0. And it is River Falls now has doubled their lead in the second over Augsburg. Score of 2-0 there. MIAC games tonight. Gustavus leading Sadel of 3-0. No report from St. Thomas at St. Mary's. NCHA Finals. St. Norbert and Aurora a 3-3 tie. Trine hammers Concordia, Wisconsin 8-2. MSOE and Adrian are in the final minute of regulation, tied at 4. Finlandia and Lake Forest tied at 2. Marion leading St. Scholastica 4-1. And we'll get you the WIAC women's scores. Stevens Point on the road at St. Scholastica. End of 2 periods there. Pointers have a 2-1 lead. Lake Forest and Eau Claire tied at 1. River Falls leading Augsburg. Actually, they beat Augsburg earlier today, 3-0. We will take a break. When we come back, Sean's Pointer Profile, Ryan Wagner, the sophomore goaltender out of Indianapolis, will join Sean. Stevens Point leading Hamline 4-1 after 2 periods. You're listening to Pointer Hockey on the Pointer Sports Network.
Sure Tire and Service, get your car done right. Big town savings with a small town smile. State of the art, good your service keeps you going mile after mile. We're working to earn your trust. You can count on us. Sure Tire and Service, get your car done right.
Pointers would like to thank U.S. Bank, the official banking partner of UW Stevens Point. Visit their location inside the Dreyfus University Center for all your banking needs, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with a 24/7 ATM available. UWSP students, you can link your student ID with a U.S. Bank checking account to use at any ATM and to make PIN debit purchases. U.S. Bank, the official banking partner of UW Stevens Point.
Okay, Ryan Wagner's Pointer Profile coming down in 3,
making access to care easier, and we're making it easier to get care quickly in Stevens Point.
His sister dared him to put mac and cheese up his nose. Oh no! So, urgent care? Yeah, urgent care.
Urgent Care, now open in Stevens Point. Visit marshfieldclinic.org/Stevens Point to learn more.
Oh, Mom!
And welcome everybody back here. Our second intermission continues here against the Pointers and the Hamline Pipers. We get back to our Pointer Profiles here, and tonight we get to talk with the sophomore goaltender Ryan Wagner from Indianapolis, Indiana. I thought since I did Eli before the Christmas break and he got a shutout, might as well get another goaltender in and hopefully keep this thing rolling along. First of all, welcome, and welcome to Pointer Profiles, and Happy New Year and Christmas. We talked a little bit about before we started the interview about your break and getting out to California to see friends and family, just getting away from everything. I think for the most part this whole hockey team could have took that time and recharged batteries here before the second half starts.
Oh, definitely, I'd agree. I think after those 2 big emotional wins that left us on a really good note, sending us into break, but at the same time we knew everyone needed to use their break for their own reasons. I think we came back ready to go right from the get-go. We all feel really charged and we're ready to go for tonight.
What was your best Christmas present you got?
I actually got some new semi-dress shoes, which are really nice because the ones I had before were 5 years old and they were falling off my feet. So I'd say those are my most needed Christmas gift.
Let's talk. So let's start and turn the page all the way back to juniors. Played in a couple different places along the way. Juniors is always a good time for young hockey players trying to get their way in. Talk a little bit about your junior career and where you played and what you learned and took out of that.
So I started my first year in Palm Beach, Florida, actually, which it was a great place to live. It wasn't the best hockey, if I'm being honest, but I tried to make the most of it. We'd skate probably 9 to 10:30 every day, but we could get on the ice at 7 if we really wanted to. So I always made sure this is my first year of juniors, I'm here to play hockey. So I'd always try to get on the ice 7:30 just to work on stuff because I knew I had a couple more years to go and I eventually wanted to move up in leagues. So I wanted to take advantage of that time to try to get better. I think that really helped me.
And then you moved, was it the SJ did you play in?
SI, okay. So I was in Fort Francis. I was in there for a bit. I was doing really well. We had 3 goalies. They ended up deciding to go a different direction. But then I ended up going to a better league, which was always nice.
Yeah, right.
And then I went to the GOJHL. Okay. And then I was with Cambridge there. Had a really good stint there. I was really happy there. And then at the end of the year, that team ended up folding, which I was really sad about. And then I ended up going to Chatham, which was in the same league. And I finished there. I had a really good time there. It was a really good team. We kind of had some ups and downs. We had not a lot of NCAA guys, but 6 players on that team had played like a couple years in major junior. A couple guys now play in the O or in the Q. So it was a really good team and like a really good environment. It was just a little bit different because I was the guy trying to go NCAA where everyone else was thinking like OHL, Q.
And then now it's time to pick a college and pick a place where you want to play your college hockey. The recruiting process for Stevens Point. Talk a little bit about that and what made this the right place for you.
For me, like, I knew, like, I get one shot to play college hockey. This is it for me. Like, in the end of the day, I want to win. I want to go to a program where I want to win a national championship. I've never been on a team where, we won a league or, won a national championship. So I'm like, if I'm going to go to college, I want to go to a team that will win. And obviously that worked out my freshman year. Yeah. So I was really happy about that.
You're sneaking my notes here. I wanted to talk a little bit about, if you talk about going to a winning program, I mean, you can't step into a better fold with you and Eli and Connor last year and winning a national title, going undefeated. It's a pretty good way to start your college career, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was a blast last year to go through and go through that experience. Like, it's nothing I've ever been a part of before, and just be a part of it was just unreal feeling at the end to end our season on a win.
Talk a little bit about what juniors did for you and how it got you ready. I think that a lot of people talk about how it gets you older and you get you stronger because you're playing against 21, 23-year-olds when you get to the college level. But what are the things that you had to do to get ready and be ready to play here skill-wise?
I think a lot of it was mental. Obviously, I bounced around in a lot of leagues, and it really pushes you to be like, why am I playing hockey? Why am I doing this? And I think I grew a lot mentally throughout juniors. I had also dedicated myself to going in the gym a lot more often, trying to get on the ice more, and just giving me that skills to try to be quicker so that I felt more comfortable. And then once it came time to game time, then I felt more comfortable because I could trust myself more, that I can take a little bit more ice. I'm a shorter guy, but I know that if that pass goes backdoor, that I'm quick enough to get there, and that really helped my game personally because I used to play pretty deep in the net. I'd get beat on a lot of shots above my shoulders, but I'd always get that backdoor pass. So I just had to learn that, okay, I needed to take that ice but still be able to take that backdoor pass.
Right on. Now let's get to your sophomore year. You and Eli and Connor getting together here. A different Connor this year, but you guys... I always talk about with the goalies, it's kind of a team within a team. You guys do you have your own thing, you have your own practice structures and everything like that, but at the same time, you guys have to push each other to get better every day in practice, don't you?
Oh, definitely. It's we're all friends, but at the same time, we're all trying to start, and we're competing for the same ice. But in my experience, you get the most out of each other when you're all friends and you're all pushing each other. No one really likes a person that's just being mean to each other. It just doesn't go well. But if you're friendly and it's competitive, we all want to do better than each other, but we also all want to see each other do better.
Right on. To talk a little bit about your first start, it had to be a pretty good feeling getting your name announced in front of the student section and coming out. Obviously, it didn't work out the way you wanted, but to get that experience, it was a big step for you, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was awesome to finally hear my name called out, as you said, and it obviously didn't go the way I wanted. I think some of that was me, and that's okay. I learned from that experience. It was nice to be able to kind of watch some film. I hadn't seen myself really in film in a game in over a year, and I kind of took a step back, watched it once or twice, and said, okay, I think these are 1, 2, 3 things I should do better, and then never watched it again and just moved on from it. I thought that was the best for me.
Let's talk about school. You're a pretty smart cookie. That's what I hear around the rink, at least. How's school going for you through the first semester? Is there a blemish on your scorecards through a year and a semester yet?
Not at Stevens Point. I actually took some online classes beforehand, and I got a B and a B+, but since I've been on Point, it's all been going pretty swimmingly.
The fellas talk about how you help them, and I think that's the greatest thing about this program and the team. You guys all on the ice, off the ice, whatever it takes. You guys all really kind of pitch in and help get through classes. Some of these classes aren't easy, are they?
Oh no, not at all. Especially with the amount of hours we're at the rink and stuff. It's a big time crunch, and we definitely all support each other. If someone can help another person that just makes all our lives easier, because then we're less stressed when we come to the rink. We're not focused on, oh, how did I do on that math quiz? Like, I need to do better in this class. If we all pick each other up, it just makes it easier.
Let's talk about Hamline. They come into the Willet tonight, obviously, after a long break that you guys have had. You got to think about the first 10, 15 minutes of this hockey game, coming out hard, coming out strong, and being ready. What do you guys know about the Pipers? What do you need to do well here through the first half of the game and to get a win and keep this going? It's an important stretch now, isn't it?
Oh, it definitely is. I think we just need to prepare every game like it's a big game, like we're playing Eau Claire. Hamline, from what I've heard historically, has given us like a lot of good games, regardless of how good they are. And we just need to prepare like every game's a do or die game, because that's how it really is for us at this point.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your sophomore year, Ryan, and best of luck down the road, okay?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that was Ryan Wagner, the sophomore goaltender from Indianapolis,
After the
Indiana.
game,
More Pointer
or
hockey coming up
head
here
into
on the Pointer
Goose on
Sports
Main,
Network.
downtown Stevens Point. Goose has 38 beers on tap. That's right, 38, including all of your favorites. An awesome selection of microbrews and craft beers featuring some of the finest beers brewed right here in Wisconsin. If you're hungry, you'll find out firsthand why Goose was voted the best burger and best fish fry in Portage County. Before or after Pointers hockey or anytime, stop into Goose on Main, just minutes away on Main Street, downtown Stevens Point.
Pointers would like to thank U.S. Bank, the official banking partner of UW Stevens Point. Visit their location inside the Dreyfus University Center for all your banking needs, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with a 24/7 ATM available. UWSP students, you can link your student ID with a U.S. Bank checking account to use at any ATM and to make PIN debit purchases. U.S. Bank, the official banking partner of UW Stevens Point.
All right, we are back here at KB Willett Arena, set for period number 3. Our opening face-off is brought to you by Miller Lite. 4-1 Stevens Point. Sean, you got to keep both hands on the wheel here. Set yourself up with a season or a new year opening win. And right off the get-go, Tristan Conrad overskates the puck. Austin Kelly, Johnny on the spot to clear it up to the far side. Wilson Northey through a defender, pokes it free. Here comes Jordan Fader. Fader getting free, fires a shot. Nelson with a save. Rebound is loose, and it is Wilson Northey after it again. Got tripped up on the play. Comes loose into the near corner. Hamline will clear it out off the far wall. Sliding puck there. Austin Kelly with it now. He'll float it over to Tristan Conrad here on the near side. Northey again after it, lurking with it. Cleared up the far side, and Hamline will gain control. Eli Billing steers it around. Zach Zeck will get it. He'll shove it ahead to Kelly O'Brien. O'Brien ahead. He'll backhand it to McElhaney on the far side. He and O'Brien get a little tripped up over each other, so it's a delayed offsides call. That allows Hamline to come streaking out of there as Brandon Bissett with it. Never got a shot off. That's smothered. Now they'll go back to Bissett toward the front of the net and cleared up to the near side. O'Brien with it. Has a 2-on-1 with Zach Zeck. O'Brien instead comes back to McElhaney. He shoots and scores. Oh, Luke McElhaney, no doubt about that one. Stevens Point, just over a minute to go into the first period. Luke McElhaney with his team best 11th of the year.
It doesn't get much easier than that. Give credit to Kelly O'Brien to watch and wait and be patient to find Luke McElhaney. When he's got that much time and space, he ain't going to miss, Tommy. Beats Nelson with the glove side and about midway up his body, and it's 5-1, Stevens Point.
We're giving him a little bit of a hard time for missing a couple chances early. No doubt about that one. All right, here's Wes Ashley sending it back in for Stevens Point. Dumped into the far corner. Theraldson after it. And Sean, if memory serves me correct, free tacos, right?
Taco time, buddy.
Taco Bell. 5 goals means so. Now Hamline clears it around, zips it around. Superior is up there leading now 6-2 over St. John's.
Wow. Are they high-flying time?
Now through to the neutral zone. Fredericks after it. Chips to the near side. Danny Corrali giving it a rough ride. Brandon McReynolds after it. Drew McLean back to get it. It is Corrali ahead. Fredericks on the far side. He'll put the brakes on. 2 minutes into the third period. Stevens Point has extended the lead here to 5-1. Near side, Hamline will lift it. Just gets through a couple of the championship banners here in the rafters somehow. Ahead, Fredericks with it, trying to chip it to Brennan Miller. 3 goals from Carter Rue, Brennan Miller, and Luke McElhaney, each with 1 here for Stevens Point. Colin Raver reaching after it. Long outlet pass ahead, redirected in. That almost knuckled on Eli Billing at the last
beat him 5-hole.
And ahead, Miller leaves it back. Carter Rue with it ahead. Saw Carter between the periods, so they come in bunches, huh? Raver coming, backhanded shot, forced it just wide to the far corner. Good back check there by Andrew Irwin to force Colin Raver wide, now hung up in one of the pipers on the far side and cleared up into the neutral zone. Red line on the far side. They'll backhand it ahead. Qualiata sends it to Miller. He'll come back to the middle. Here comes Carter Rue. Rue off on the far side, got it to Colin Raver, and here's Hamline back the other way. Wyland Parrish coming all alone. Or check that, it's Bond coming in, firing a shot and a goal. Jackson Bond absolutely wheeling through the entire Pointer defense. Eli Billing with a stick check to try to make a last stand, but Bond fires it past him. He's their leading scorer.
That's to be his 9th of the year, Tommy.
9th of the year.
And you see the young freshman Bond, Tommy, the freshman forward from Roseville, Minnesota.
That was way too easy.
Yeah, that was up the middle, no one home. The Pointers got stuck on a lazy change. Ryan McKellar had no chance to slow him down. It's 5-2, Stevens Point.
All right.
I think that'll be unassisted too, I would assume.
Let's see.
They're going to get a penalty here, Tommy?
I think they tried a late switch here, so I think they gave him the next time it'll be a penalty thing.
Tommy, score update from River Falls. Augsburg has tallied in the third period, and it's 2-1. UW River Falls leading Augsburg.
All right, 16:40 to go here. Stevens Point will dump it in. Unassisted by Jackson Bond. He just absolutely walked through all 5 gold jerseys out there. All 6.
All 6, yes.
With Eli Billing at the end. Hamline with it again. They'll poke it ahead. Back they come. Brandon Bissett will throw it ahead. And Jordan Fader will rub him out. And comes back. Austin Kelly ate him up a bit, so Hamline will clear it ahead off the near side, and they'll send it deep. Hit a body on the way in. Glove down by Wes Ashley. He'll go back behind his own net, turn the puck over. Kellen Theraldson will get to it. He'll hammer it off the near wall and out. Here's McElhaney with it. Luke McElhaney ahead. McElhaney cuts, and what did he do? He just tripped, I hope. Yep, he's back to his feet. Looks to be okay, I guess. That was, now McLean will force it away. Now O'Brien with it on the far side. He'll try to bump it free. And Hamline pushing back again the other way. A lot of poking and hoping going on by the Pointers here. Hamline will set it up. They'll bring it back out high. Shot toward the net. That hit a body on the way through. McLean will get to it. He'll wrap it around the near side from McElhaney. Out of his reach. Got it back. McElhaney will jump. Here's McElhaney back the other way on his own. McElhaney waits to Zek coming. Shot. And a save made by Nelson. I think the puck was bouncing on Zek and it fluttered on him at the last minute. O'Brien now coming. McLean with a bomb. Nelson with another save. And he'll hang on.
And Tommy, was there a large delay in the River Falls game? Because this is still in the second period. This should be well into the third. 2-1 with 3:27 remaining in the second period. River Falls has the lead over the 5th-ranked team in the country.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They were a 7:30 start.
Okay,
Sean.
that's where it is.
There's the answer. All right, so off the face-off, cleared back out and around. Hamline is really making life difficult for the Pointers in the neutral zone right now. That Adrian MSOE game has ended in a 4-4 tie. So a couple of ties in the NCHA. Shot fired, comes through. Eli Billing had to kick that one out. McReynolds with it now. He's spun around, and Hamline digs this one up. Now they bring it back out high. The defenseman was anticipating that, so he had to do all he could to hold it in, and they'll send it deep here. Hamline winning the puck possession battle for the moment here. Behind the net, Taylor Trapp. Trapp looks to center. He'll come now to the side of the net. Backhanded shot around. Billing with a save. Whoa. And boy, a big turnover there by Stevens Point in front of their own net. Goes just wide. Conrad with it now. Now to Qualiata in the near corner. Qualiata had to gather the puck down. He'll get to the red line. He's going to feather it deep here. 14:10 to go in the third. Hamline, left wing, across the red line, firing it in. Billing slows it down. Theraldson will get it. He'll jam it around nicely to Brennan Miller on the far side, but didn't get it cleanly. Now Carter Rue chips it ahead, just out of the reach of Colin Raver. Nothing clean right now for Stevens Point. Now Miller will bring it in, gets it to Raver on the near side, up the near wall. Chop back, Miller after it. Miller and Colin Raver out there together. And it's Miller with it in the far corner. Brennan Miller leaves it to Carter Rue. Rue back to Miller, got a stick up high. Hamline clears it out. John Sullivan with it, back the other way, big hit there. Kellen Theraldson with a D-skater to get it free. Pointers send it ahead off of Miller and in the zone. Raver after it on the near side. Carter Rue now on the forecheck trying to free it up. Wilson Northey out there. He'll get to it. Raver sends it deep off the near wall. Northey sends it deep. Wilson Northey after it, battling with Luke Erickson of the Pipers. Hamline able to dig that one free. Brandon Bissett with it up the wall on the far side. Jordan Fader, I think, thought he had it. Reversed to go back the other way, but no puck. Around near side to Austin Kelly, held in at the point. Austin Kelly with a bump on Ryan Murray, who gets it deep. Northey bumps it off, and Corrali on the far side with a chance to harpoon it out of there, but can't. Now it's loose in the far corner. Hamline will dig it free. McLean pens it up there. Corrali in to poke it free. Hamline just moving their feet better than the Pointers right now is the bottom line. A shot fired high. That's off the glass. Bounces wide. Austin Kelly after it here on the near side. Penalty call coming up here against Hamline. Austin Kelly with it. Eli Billing to the bench for an extra attacker. Here's Corrali in on the far side. Feeds it ahead to Fader in the far corner. Zach the extra attacker. They come around Northey on the near side. Wilson Northey sets it up. Cross ice. Corrali at the point on the far side. He'll send it deep to the far corner to Zach coming back. They'll come. Shot fired. Save made. Rebound loose. Nelson was down and out. They try to go in front to Northey. Stevens Point with all kinds of possession here. Now Corrali with it to Northey. He'll fire a shot. That goes wide. Still a delayed penalty call here. Now they bring it wide. Far side, Zek with it. He'll come to McLean. Drew McLean gets it down to Northey. He'll go back door. Boy, should have got it on net. Instead, pulled it free. McLean still with it. Extended extra attacker time here for the Pointers. Austin Kelly with it out high. Slips it far side. This is McLean. He'll come right back in, and I think Hamline got it on the way through and got just enough of it to get a whistle before Austin Kelly whistled it wide.
That'll be a high sticking
call against Sam Dabrowski, and Stevens Point to the Guzan main power play for the fourth time tonight. All right.
So Dabrowski will go to the box for high sticking. And a 2-minute. Oh, and I think he got a 10 too,
no,
Tommy.
I take it, or is it an unsportsmanlike conduct?
Oh, double minor, Tom.
Double minor.
Take that back. Yikes.
And Corey Leyland is giving it to Rigel Philan on the far side. So double minor, they will say. Unsportsmanlike conduct and high sticking. 5-2. All right, here's Carter Rue with it behind the net. Tried to jam it out in front for Zek. And it's poked behind McLean here on the near side, down the length of the ice. All right, so McLean, he's going to come weaving his way. He'll come through and accelerate. He'll try to get to the net. Throws it in front. Carter roofs it over the top of the net. He had a wide open number 4 and no dice.
He did. No dice up and over the netting. And unbelievable, Tommy. Carter Rue found himself wide open and flipped it up over the net, over the goal and into the netting. So we'll get an offensive zone face-off here for the Pointers. They're going to say, actually, Piper got a deflection on that, Tom.
All right.
It looked clean to me.
Off the draw, Hamline will clear it out. Qualiata prevented Zach Lambrecht from taking off here. Eli Billing going to play it ahead to Luke McElhaney. He'll put the brakes on, feeds it to Qualiata near side. He will rim it deep. Pointers on an extended Guzan main power play here. 11 minutes to go in the third with a 5-2 lead. Hamline will get possession of it, however, and skate it out into the neutral zone. Now they'll just retreat back. This is Brandon Bissett just riding some penalty time here. And Hamline with it ahead right in the midsection of McLean, but back to one of the Pipers, and he'll dump it down. 2:50 to go in the double minor. Corrali ahead to the far side to Brennan Miller. He will get a drop pass. Kelly O'Brien circling here. Danny Corrali ran into the referee on the far side. I think he was the one that was supposed to get that drop pass.
Yep.
Miller to Raver on the far side. Raver around. Now it's Kelly O'Brien coming. O'Brien between the circles. He'll get free. Shot block here by Hamline. 2.5 to go in the Guzan main power play. Now it is Miller trying to jam it out in front under a defender. Miller digs it out from underneath him. 2:20 to go. Here's O'Brien with it, feeding it far side to Fredericks. He'll come in, goes deep. Now they come right back in front. Shot fired. Nelson with a save. Rebound cleared out by Hamline. Nelson all right. He's a little slow to get back up, it looks like here. Billing will play it ahead quickly to Logan Fredericks. Here's O'Brien. They go to the front of the net. Shot fired. Nelson a save and drags the rebound back in, and he'll cover. 2:04 to go on the double minor.
Yep, this face-off will stay deep in the Pointer end. Good job with puck possession, getting some good shots on goal, working the puck very nicely on the power play tonight, Tommy, as they continue the Pointers continue to get better and better on this power play. Could be a big story down the stretch here for Stevens Point. That special teams is going to have to make a difference.
All right, face off to the left side. And here is Drew McLean. We're under the first penalty time. And Qualiata pinching in. Carter Rue keeping it active behind the net. Hamline digs it to the near corner, and that's where Qualiata will get to it. Tried to shove it to Zach Zek. And it is Rue. Big hit behind the net. Hamline works it around. And they'll clear it outside the zone. 9.5 minutes to go in the third. 5-2 the Stevens Point lead. 1:35 remaining on the Goose on Main power play for Stevens Point. Drew McLean for Stevens Point puts the brakes on, shoves it ahead to Qualiata. He'll get it into the left wing to Carter Rue. They'll come in the zone, back to Qualiata. He'll split free. Qualiata comes back in, shot. Nelson with a save, and boy, a good shot there by Steven Qualiata, but
good save.
Sam Nelson with a really nice pad save there and corralled the rebound because Zach Zek was coming in on the backside.
Yeah, he was breaking in 2-on-1 and tight, came out of nowhere. It's Qualiata again.
It's a good shot by Qualiata because he's got either Zek coming in to get a rebound or either way.
Yeah, well-placed shot, Tommy. Low into the pad of Nelson, so it deflects right to Zach Zek's stick.
Comes out high to Corrali. 1:18 to go in the Goose on Main power play. Corrali to Kelly O'Brien. He'll go far side to Fredericks to Corrali. One-timer. That rockets wide, and boy, that hit the bottom of the glass and ricochet up into the roof.
Yes, it did. Oh, my goodness.
Don't see that every day.
That was a bomb by Danny Corrali on the one-timer from the point.
All right.
End to 2 in River Falls, Tommy. 2-1 in favor of the Falcons.
Augsburg coming here tomorrow night. All right. O'Brien with it. Miller. Corrali lost the handle on it. I really think this could be one of the most competitive stretch WICs we've seen in a long time.
Yes, absolutely.
Stevens Point, Eau Claire have been kind of ruling the roost here up top here for a while, but River Falls is good, Superior is good.
You never know what you're going to get with Stout.
Yeah. Or Northland for that matter.
Yep.
All right, scrum for it in front of the Hamline bench here. 38 seconds remaining. Corrali will come back into his own end to get it. He'll feed it ahead. Kelly O'Brien got ridden. Ooh, 2 pointers run into each other on the far side. That's Miller and Raver. That is a fair amount of body colliding on the far side. Raver scoops it ahead to O'Brien. He takes a rough ride but gets it deep. 20 seconds to go. Raver setting up shop to the side of the net, hoping to dig it out. And what do we have?
The Hamline player got tripped down, Tommy, and laid on top of the puck. So we'll get the face off.
All right. 8:03 to go here in the third.
Danny Corrali's got some words for the Hamline bench as they skate off. Fair amount of chirping back and forth. 14 seconds remaining in the Pointer 5th power play of the night. They're 2 for 4 so far. They lead the game 5-2. Carter Ruth a hat trick in the second period.
All right, Fader out to Wes Ashley. Ashley leaves it back to Kelly on the near side. Ashley fakes a shot. Now he'll get it. Austin Kelly thought about winding up. Instead zips it back through. Shot. Nelson made a big save there. Pointers are back at full, Pipers are back at full strength. Jordan Fader digs it out. He turns, fires a shot. Nelson a save. Rebound loose. They jam at it again. Nelson still reaching for it. Still loose out there. Fader digs it deep again, but Hamline will come out and skate out with it again. 7.5 minutes to go here. 5-2 the Stevens Point lead. Turnover shot off the crossbar. And out.
Crossbar
and hit the corner.
Hit the corner and then up into the netting. Kellen Therrelton coming back hard, trying to help out his mate. And Eli Billing gets the luck of the crossbar that time. And a defensive zone face-off here with 7:30 remaining in the hockey game.
It's a sneaky shot there.
It was super sneaky.
All right, Hamline with a shot through traffic, redirected a couple of times, ends up wide. Pointers looking to get it going. Here is Ryan McKellar bringing it in. McKellar coming. He'll fire a shot. That's blocked. He'll get it to the far corner, though. Nifty move here by Ryan McKellar to keep it going. He gets it to Tice. 7:10 to go here in the third. Far side, Qualiata will come in. He'll fake a shot. Gets a shooting lane. Now comes, gets a defender down again. Backdoor for Tice, and he couldn't handle it. I think he thought Qualiata was going to rip it because he had a shooting angle, and now Tice back out high to Qualiata again. He'll come near side to Conrad. He flips it deep for McReynolds. McReynolds tied up by a defender. Hamline scoots it around. Qualiata again. Qualiata, little stop and start, keeps it going toward the net, shot up high, that's deflected. Qualiata out of the far corner to McReynolds. He'll come right in front, jam shot there. McKellar after the rebound. He tried to wrap around. Tice with a shot. Nelson with a save. Watch out here, Bond back the other way. He scored the early goal. Now they'll get it to him on the far side. Spun around, stays onside, comes in, puts the brakes on, whiffed on it, and then got picked up nicely by Tristan Conrad into the near corner. Hamline will flip it to the far side. Tice trying to get there. Big freight train collision there. Hamline brings it back in. Shot fired. Pad save. Big rebound there. And it is Conrad now to McKellar on the near side. He looks to flip it back deep around. McReynolds a little late to the draw. Now it's Tice with a big hip check over there. And oh boy, McReynolds giving a rough ride. And he'll get back to his feet. Shot through traffic. Hit down in front. They'll clear it aside. Pinballing away. Eli Billing with a couple of saves. A little helter-skelter here. Now Hamline with it on the near side. They'll look to center. Under 6 to go in the third. Stevens Point with a 3-goal lead. Conrad up on the near side. McKellar forces it out. Tice after it. He'll try to get to it and get to the red line to get it deep. He'll just keep carrying it in and dumps it in. Zek now after it. Zek pens it up behind the net. 5:35 to go here. Hamline tried a home run pass that time for Zach Lambrick. That went too long. Eli Billing will stop it behind the net, and Drew McLean back to get it. Under 5.5 to go in the third. Stevens Point with a 5-2 lead. Here's Zek toward the middle, feeds it far side to O'Brien. And Stevens Point way too cute and loose with the puck here in the third period. Hamline dumps it deep. Giving chase there is Brandon Bissett. Now it is McElhaney on the far side. Overskated the puck. Couple of defenders knock it away, and Zek will dig it free. Zek might have a chance at a breakaway. Here comes Zek. Zek in on Nelson toward the front of the net. Coming in, shot, hit the post. Hit the far post up high. McElhaney to the rebound. He'll try to get it to Zek in front again. Bouncing puck there. O'Brien chops at it. Zek with it now in the far corner. Both teams hitting the post here in the last couple of minutes. O'Brien with it, shoves it out high to Corrali, cross ice to McLean. McLean with a shot. There's a shot block there. Dabrowski back the other way. He blocked the shot. He's going to bring it back all alone. Coming in, shot. Pad save made by Eli Billing and ahead. Here comes Kelly O'Brien back to the middle. Here's Drew McLean coming. McLean with a shot. Oh, it pinballed back knuckled. Hit the post and Kelly O'Brien to the rebound. 4:25 to go here in the third. Hamline will get it, and back the other way they come. Dabrowski again. He'll get across the red line, lifts it to the glass. Theraldson on the far side. Nice job to chip it up and out. Colin Raver is going to get between two defenders. Will he get to the puck? He does. Chips it toward the front of the net. Nobody home. Kyle Wendorf backs it off for Hamline. Wes Ashley with it. Ashley around a couple of stick checks. Feeds it back to Theraldson. Theraldson will reverse. Theraldson up off the far wall and got it to Miller at center ice. He'll try to chip it in. Ashley pokes it free again and comes back to the near side. Under 4 minutes to go. Now it's Carter Rue after it. Ashley for Stevens Point will pull it back. Stevens Point trying to win the first game of 2020 here and keep things going in the right direction. Hamline center ice. Theraldson ahead to Brennan Miller. Miller skates it on the right wing with 3.5 to go. Sends it deep for Colin Raver. Raver pokes it free. Carter Rue, you know he's just chomping at the bit to get another one here. As Qualiata now keeps it in front of him on the far side. Brendan Sheehan will play it. Sheehan up, far side, and it's Bond cycling with it. And Northey tried to poke it free from him. Here comes Bond again. He's finally separated from the puck. He goes to the front of the net, and it's wide, so Qualiata will feed it back to Tristan Conrad back behind the net. Conrad ahead around. Up ahead, here comes Jordan Fader off of his stick. Fader gathers it back in. He's sent down hard into the near corner. Gets back to his feet. Austin Kelly with it. Now Hamline, near side. Wilson Northey after it. Northey fed it up for Conrad on the near side. And what do we have here? The net knocked off. Nelson knocked the net off. 2:44 to go.
That face-off should stay deep in the Pointer end. That takes a lot, Tommy, to knock those Marsh pegs off, and they'll slide it back into place with 2:44 to go here in the third period. Sloppy.
No.
Long legs, to say the least, here in the third period by the Pointers. Still trying to get in that hockey shape here at the first game after the new year.
All right, here's Hamline with the puck back in their own end. They'll chip it around Theraldson. Eli Billing will come out. He'll play it hard around the boards to the near side. Shot fired. That hit a body on the way through. Hamline tried to dig it free. Now the Pipers dump it behind their own net. Drew McLean, a nice job to clear that one around, but it's half full in the near side. Sent toward the front of the net. Turnover coming in front of the net, chopping at it. McLean, nice job go there. Tice back the other way with Logan Fredericks, 2-on-2. Tice feeds it near side to Fredericks. Back to Tice in front of the net, trying to get to a backhand. Throws it in front of the net. I think the net's off again, isn't it?
It is.
It is. 2:06 to go here.
There's a problem with the peg, Tommy, at this point, because Nelson just kind of went post to post and it knocked off. And it looks like they're going to get some snow removed out of the hole there and put the net back on. So get an offensive zone face-off here for the Porters. Out shooting the Pipers of Hamline, 11-6 here in the third period.
Zach will take the face-off here. We haven't had a lot of face-offs tonight, have we?
No.
A lot of back and forth. All right, 2 minutes to go. Stevens Point with a 3-goal lead, and McElhaney in the far corner. Off the referee there. Kelly O'Brien will dig it out here. O'Brien, nice move to get separation. Feeds it near side for Zek. Zek to McElhaney behind the net. As the Pointers cycle the puck well here. Corrali near side. Tristan Conrad. He'll fire a shot right into Dabrowski again. Back the other way. This might be a 2-on-1. Dabrowski coming. Conrad back to cover, and a nice job by Corrali. He'll force it wide to the near side. Corrali up. Now they feed it back, and Hamline plays it right out of the zone. Minute and a half to go here in the third. Now they dump it in. Stevens Point back with it on the near side. And Corrali will walk right through the neutral zone. Corrali coming. He'll dump it deep. Raver behind the net. Jams it out to the side of the net with 1:10 to go in regulation. All right. They'll still scrum for it on the far side. Raver waits for it. Raver. High shot off the backside of Carter Rue. Hamline with it. Minute to go here in the third period. Raver with it ahead. He'll muscle it ahead. Brendan Miller will play it to Carter Rue. Miller with it now. Feeds it to Raver. He'll fire a shot. Nelson with a save. Rebound loose. Rue to the rebound in the near corner. Now Miller spinning shot. Couldn't get all of it on. Stick check there. Carter Rue with it. And Miller firing a shot. He laser beamed that one high. Kellen Theraldson from the far side. He'll come in. Theraldson with a shot. Hit a body in front. Miller to it. Feeds it for Carter Rue. Hamline will chip it out. 32 seconds remaining in this one. Theraldson up ahead for Miller.
No,
Stevens Point getting an icing call here. 28 seconds remaining in regulation.
Tommy, UW Stout has tied Bethel late in the third period. Late. The reason I say late is because I can't see the scoreboard and how much time's left.
All right.
But it's tied at 2.
Well, that would qualify as late.
Six to 2. Superior over St. John's.
All right, Theraldson a backhander up to try to clear it out. Hamline jams it right back in far side. 18 seconds to go. Brennan Miller waits for it. Carter Rue with it now, and they'll tie it up on the far boards. One final face-off here, we hope. Sean St. Scholastica, late goal here, and then overtime scoreless, so Stevens Point on the women's side skates to a 2-2 tie.
Okay.
Eau Claire has beaten Lake Forest, so
that's a big win for the
6th ranked Eau Claire. River Falls keeping pace. Falcons of the women's side are ranked 8th. Now it goes to the far corner, centering pass. Comes through to the near side. Fader off the wall and out, and this will do it. Stevens Point, couple of power play goals, a hat trick for Carter Rue, and they beat Hamline by a score of 5-2.
Nice effort by the Pointers. Carter Rue with the hat trick. Pointers end up going 2 for 5 on the Guzan main power play. And for the first game after break, he'll take it. 5-2 win over the Pipers.
Yep, absolutely. So, Stevens Point with the win, 8-6-1. Hamline, their 10th loss of the year, 10-3. Stevens Point, they'll need to be a lot better tomorrow night against Augsburg.
Yes, they will. Absolutely.
So, all right. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, our post-game show. We'll get the thoughts of Pointers coach Tyler Krieger. We'll also pick our Pointer Blue Line Club player of the game as well. Stevens Point beats Hamline 5-2. Back with our post-game show after this timeout here on the Pointer Sports Network.
Stevens Point Orthopedics.
Is this the new clinic that used to be the old clinic that's gone?
Yes, sir. We are the old clinic. We just changed our name to Stevens Point Orthopedics.
No more old one?
No, sir.
So how can you be the old one and the new one, too?
How can I help you?
Well, the old clinic did a great job giving me a new knee. Can this new clinic do the same thing with my old knee?
Sir, we are the old one.
Me?
No, clinic. And I'm sure you won't notice a difference in how well we'll take care of you.
StevensPointOrtho.com, formerly Klosinski Clinic. Nothing's changed except the name.
Really like the old one.
Snow Pilot is our winter seasonal. This beer has a tremendous body. The malt feels great. What I like is the nuttiness that it gets from the Maris Otter malt. Pistachio just comes through like you wouldn't believe. It's almost dessert-like. This is absolutely winter beer. And if you ever have a campfire in the middle of winter, this is what you want in your glass. It's just great.
Warm up this winter with a Snow Pilot from Point Brewery.
After a weekend off, the Pointers hit the road for a key matchup with UW-Eau Claire on Wednesday, January 22nd. Catch all the action on the Pointer Sports Network with the pregame at 6:45. Men's hockey back at home Friday, January 24th and 25th as they host River Falls. Friday's game against the Falcons, sponsored by Stevens Point Brewery, and Saturdays by Thrivent Financial. Catch all the action on the Pointer Sports Network and get your tickets for all Pointer home games in advance at tickets.uwsp.edu. Taco Bell is a proud supporter of Pointers Athletics. Open early with breakfast hours, and if you find yourself out and about late at night, you can still order at their drive-thru. You can find your nearby Taco Bell on Division Street and Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Plover Road in Plover. Want to skip the line inside? Order online from your favorite menu items like classic burritos and tacos to new favorites like the Crunchwrap Supreme, Fiesta Taco Salad, and Chalupa Supreme. If you're looking for a delicious choice for Mexican-inspired food, live Mas with Taco Bell.
All right, back here at KB Willard Arena, Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon joining our post-game show. Fitting Taco Bell, free tacos tonight, 5 goals by the Pointers. As we talk now with Pointers head coach Tyler Krieger. Coach, I thought your team looked like a team at times that had been off for 26 days. You did some nice things and kind of one of those getting the feel back of things type things, but you did enough to get a win here tonight, right? Important start for you to begin the new year.
Yeah, I thought we played pretty well for the most part. I thought we came out in the first 20 and had a good first 20 for being off for 26 days. And I thought there was games we've been in before in the half where we feel like we're controlling the pace of play, but we're only up by a margin in the scoreboard. And in the past, we've let teams back into it there. And I thought we did a good job of keeping the throttle down. Getting the second goal there, they come back, make it 2-1, and then we get a big power play goal to make it 3-1, go up 4-1, and then go into the third. It's a little tough to play that way. We got a little bit sloppy and tried to force it a little bit too much, but overall I thought it was good. We had a lot of good energy on the bench. The guys were talking through things after their shifts, the do's and don'ts, and that's what we wanted to see out of this game to really set us up for the second half here in this big stretch we have coming up.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about your power play. Obviously Hamline struggled on the penalty kill, so you knew it had to be good tonight. It was pretty good, 2 for 5. You can't argue with that.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good. We cashed in, but I thought even on the other ones we did some good things. Our breakout, our entries were good. We had a couple chances on the rush there that we just didn't connect on, but overall I thought we created momentum and got guys some good feels and some good looks there.
Carter Rue with a hat trick for you tonight. He's one of those guys that, as you go in the second half, contributions like that certainly make you feel pretty good, don't they?
Yeah. He had a big game. He's been wanted to get going here. We wanted to get him going, and he's actually missed practice the last couple of days with a little bit of a flu. So as soon as he scored the hat trick, I had a bunch of guys tell me they're taking off next week, Wednesday and Thursday. So, but no, it's good for him. I thought we had 4 effective lines tonight. All 4 lines were going. I thought our D were good. I thought Kellen Therrelts and had a big game. I thought he did a lot of good things.
He played some big minutes for you.
Yeah.
You know, those are important minutes. You can't overlook those, right?
Yeah, they did a lot of good things. I thought he's really taking a step now, and now he's got to just continue to progress.
I just think it looks like the confidence is coming for him, right?
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah, that's usually what happens from first to second half. Second half, they feel a lot more confident. The game slows down for them a little bit.
Yeah, big matchup tomorrow here. Augsburg, 5th ranked in the country. They're behind River Falls right now, but when you look at the big picture of things, anytime you get a ranked opponent on your home ice, you got to cash in.
Yeah, we're embarking on a stretch of the next 6 games. We're playing ranked opponents, and they're huge games for the position that we're in. So tomorrow's huge. We got to throw everything we have in the tank, and then we get a full 2 weeks of rest. And then we have a pretty tough stretch playing 3 games in a matter of 4 days, and then a tough series there against Superior.
And a Thursday, Saturday too.
Yeah. So it's a good stretch we're on here, but we gotta take things one at a time. We gotta learn from a few things that I can clean up a couple areas, but overall I like the effort, I like the attitude, I like the energy we brought.
All right, Coach. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Pointers head coach Tyler Krieger here. Stevens Point wins it by a score of 5-2. Let's get a quick recap here. Stevens Point got on the board. Carter Rue is second of the year from Brennan Miller at 5:59 to the first. Was 1-0 Stevens Point. Rue came right back on the Guzan main power play unassisted at 1:19 to the second. Made it 2-0. Hamline got on the board. They're giving the goal to Riley Meyer. That was correct. That was the first Riley Meyer, the shot that fooled Eli Billing, 8:43, made it 2-1, but then Stevens Point with a big response. Carter Rue with the hat trick, his third at 9:28 from Jake Tyson, Logan Fredericks, made it 3-1. Brennan Miller on the Guzan main power play from Kelly O'Brien at 18:24 the second. Stevens Point a 4-1 lead. Luke McElhaney, a minute 9 into the third period from Kelly O'Brien, made it 5-1 Stevens Point. And then Jackson Bond, unassisted at 3:11 of the third, is our final tally here of 5-2 in favor of Stevens Point. Stevens Point attempting 72 shots here tonight, Sean, so that's a good sign. 36-14, the shots on goal advantage. They have us down for 2 of 3 on the Guzan main power play officially. But with that double minor...
Add 2
we'll
more.
have to figure that, add 2 more. Yeah. So we shall see there. Pointers did a great job in the face-off circle, winning 36-12 in the face-off circle. So that did a nice job to get things set up here. So Eli Billing here tonight makes 12 saves to get another win here. And Stevens Point improves its record to 8-6-1 overall. Hamline 2-10-3. We need to pick our Pointer Blue Line Club player of the game. Is there a doubt here, Sean?
I don't think so.
This guy gets a hat trick and gets her going here in the new year. Carter Rue is our Pointer Blue Line Club player of the game here tonight for UW Stevens Point. Pointer women skate to a 2-2 tie at St. Scholastica. Eau Claire on the women's side beats Lake Forest 3-1, and River Falls beats Augsburg 3-0. On the men's side here, Northland with a late one to tie Concordia. They are in overtime, tied at 2. And Superior late in the third, leading St. John's 6-2. And River Falls still leading Augsburg by a score of 2-1. Augies are here tomorrow night at KB Willett Arena. Pre-game coverage at 6:45. The opening face-off at 7. That'll be a dandy, too.
A real good one.
Yeah, looking forward to that. That'll be a big measuring stick here. And, of course, we'll watch this River Falls down the stretch here and keep things going. Hope you can join us tomorrow night. If you can't be here at KB Willett Arena, we'll be on the air. Pre-game coverage at 6:45. The audio feed up the UWSP Athletics webpage or the video feed on the YouTube channel. Simulcast there as well. Final score again tonight. Stevens Point opens up 2020 with a 5-2 win over Hamline. Hope you'll join us again tomorrow night. For Sean McMahon, I'm Tom Weaver. You've been listening to Pointer Hockey on the Pointer Sports Network.
You've been listening to UW Stevens Point Men's Hockey on the Pointer Sports Network. Pointers Hockey on the Pointer Sports Network has been brought to you by Stevens Point Brewery, Taco Bell, Stevens Point Orthopedics, Guzan Maine, General Beer, distributors of Miller Lite, Marshfield Clinic, Skyward, Century Insurance, Century World, PJ's Restaurant, Team Sherrill Companies, Subway, Papa John's, Badger State Games, the National Guard, Grazzi's Italian Grill, Coca-Cola, BSN Sports, Under Armour, and TDS Fiber. This broadcast is an exclusive presentation of UW Stevens Point Athletics. Join us again for Pointers Hockey on the Pointer Sports Network.